Okay, let's go. So, last week, a little bit of a catch-up. You guys decided that you were going to leave Mokhul City and head off towards Lantix's Monolith. He's purchased a cheap license to, well, dive into a monolith to the southeast of Phoebo in the province of Kilkoost. In fact, Lantix doesn't have much information about the monolith, other than that it's been, well, discovered by people and noted that it's there. It's not been touched, not been approached. He has the license to it. And after some... yeah.
Question. Why does he need to buy the license?
You're not allowed to plunder a monolith without permission. It is illegal and punishable by execution.
Is that God rules king kind of thing?
Yep.
Then? Yeah.
Uh-huh. And, okay, so... But before you left, you did a little bit of role-playing around the city. I believe Makra did stuff with his wife, basically said you're meant to be dead. Went off, said goodbye to a Caesar. Gwendif said goodbye to her pirate friends. And everyone met back up after Lantix said goodbye to Zashida. You all met back up at Makra's place and did your thing. And left. You met a northwest, maybe about a few hours journey through the Riverlands. You met a massive, wide river, shallow, and there was a ferryman slightly upstream who took you across. And as he took you across, he took you to a very, very specific harbour, said that the downwind carried you there, and as you climbed out and spent maybe another 45 minutes to an hour travelling northward towards the road, you were attacked by lizardmen. And after you defeated these lizardmen, you looted their bodies and settled down for a rest. And that's where we begin today. So currently, in the middle of this old, broken down, cobbled road, there are these lizardmen bodies and giant lizards all like ripped open, broken, bruised, gore splattered across the slick and damp stones around you. And I believe you all decided that you were going to settle down here and take a short rest. Okay, so anyone keeping watch during this short rest?
Well, Gwen is keeping watch because she hasn't used any of her resources at this full health.
I think we're all keeping watch, right? Just sitting down.
It's only a short rest, isn't it? You don't need to go sleep, do you? Just have a chill.
Alright, so can you all make perception checks?
I'm very good at perception checks.
Whilst this short rest is coming on, Makra is going to be trying to convince the party to go and chase down where these lizard folk come from and murder the camp so we don't get ambushed on the way back.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Roll my perception. There's definitely more from where these come from, and I'd prefer not to be fighting them when we're laden from our spoils from this obelisk. I reckon we found out where we follow their tracks back to their camp or lair or wherever you, and put an end to them. These had some quite good swag on them as well, so I imagine we will get some rewards if we go kill them at the camp as well.
What do you know about lizardman culture and or behavioral patterns?
Very little.
So we have no real way of knowing how... Well, let's say you have no real way of knowing how they would respond.
Not necessarily in response, but this seems like a favoured ambush spot of theirs. Might not even be in revenge at the attackers. It just might be we stumble across them again like we did today.
You suck, Liam.
What if they happen to have significant numbers? We know nothing of where they reside.
Exactly. This is my point. We should not just go chase after them. Perhaps their response could be hostile, in the sense that there's many of them, there's few of us. We've heard some of theirs, they will come after us. But it is just as likely that they're thrown off. I don't believe they are very organized. I think they're quite, well, tribal at best in organization.
And
Tribal
just as
still
a
fuck you
personal
up.
note, I'd like to just say I'm not really in the habit of hunting down people and killing them for the sake of, well, nothing.
That's the sake of protecting ourselves when we come back.
As someone who is in the habit of hunting down people and killing them,
I don't think we should commit lizard genocide. I think we should just impale the ones we have as a warning, so they don't come after us.
Yeah, that kind of works.
I'm not really sure that's a good idea. That's just adding insult to injury. I'm not sure that adds any favor
Oh no,
to
we
the
did
response
that.
we'll receive.
We did that with the Brood of El Diablo. We killed, and that worked out just fine.
But now all of your people are dead.
Well, not just fine. I come to think of it. Maybe we shouldn't impale them.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
let's leave them here. They should. Sorry, go ahead.
at this moment, you do hear rustling. Those, so Chester, Grildar, and Gwendith, you all kind of hear rustling in the distance and approaching footsteps, making no effort to be stealthy. They're crushing like twigs as they go, moving through the brush. You can't quite see what it is because of the thickness of it. Currently, at the moment, like I said, you've got tall mangroves, you've got these gnarled roots all kind of like, invading the road itself, and all the ground is covered in a thick green algae. But eventually, as you guys are readying, something does come through the tree line. And as it stands there, it's a lizard folk with bright, kind of like peacock-like headdress, has a stave in one hand and a rattling stick in the other. And it stops, looks around the carnage, looks at you all, and then just goes...
Any of you understand what's being said?
Is he speaking Draconic? Draconic?
Yep.
Oh, I understand that. Fuck all of you.
Liam, quick question.
Yep.
Did we get our short rest off?
Yes, you did get your short rest off.
Cool.
Okay, so Gwendeth, what this female lizard folk is saying, by the love of Tiamat, I knew you'd all get killed.
Are the scripts on, Liam?
No, we don't have scripts yet. We will do.
Oh, I thought at least the rest scripts were... Okay, yeah.
No,
never mind.
you have to do it manually. So, and then she looks around and says to you in Draconic, and it actually translates as, I want to apologise for all of this. I didn't know that they were out thieving.
Oh, it's just fine. It's not like they actually stole anything.
And then you get the, they should have never teamed up with the ferryman.
Okay, guys. So here's what she's saying. It's a she. I know it's hard to tell with lizards in case any of you fancy that. So she's in cahoots with the guy that ferried us that wanted to throw me over the boat. Well, not she. The lizards. They're thieving with them.
Very well, we'll make sure to ask him to refund us, shall we say, when we need to make our way back.
Oh, I can't wait drowning.
And then Gwyneth
Mafra, could you at least wait until we've crossed the river again?
I'll drown him whilst we're crossing the river.
That's a terrible idea.
Can we not discuss the whole
I've already
drowning
agreed
of
with him.
people while the lizard is standing there?
I don't think she gets it, so...
Gwyneth just tells her in Draconic, live and let live. We won't come after you or any other lizard unless they also jump us.
We are normally a peaceful tribe. Take this as an apology. And she leans forward and puts the rattling stick in your hand. Summon good Guju.
I love good Guju.
She nods and just kind of like takes a step back, never turning her face away from you guys. But then when she reaches the tree line, just dashes off into it.
I rattle with my rattling stick.
Are we all good then, are we?
Yeah, I've good Guju now.
All right, so Gwendif, you can write in your inventory Guju stick. It's worth 5 gold pieces.
I'm not going to sell that. I have a Guju stick.
All right.
While we are dealing with this topic, could we have a quick inventory of what languages you all speak? This might come in handy.
Certainly. I haven't really studied many. Just, well, my own and the common tongue.
I see. Do you have any of those... Well, I know that there was talk of these spells that allow you to speak different languages temporarily. Are you capable of any of them?
Not quite.
Very well. Draconic then, yes, Gwyneth. Dwarvish, I assume?
Yes, and gnomish, but my Draconic is sort of rough. I can mostly only do insults and swears of revenge.
That seemed to go okay with her. Did you
Well,
insult her?
No, I don't think. Maybe she gave me a stick, so maybe Guju isn't as good as I thought it would be.
Sorry, that was what I was meant to do earlier. I speak every language.
Alright.
I did wonder why Chester was being so quiet.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to sort out Smug Story, and I accidentally deleted it and then changed expertise to Tall Tale instead, so I fixed it quickly.
Okay.
So you understood what she was saying as well, then?
Yes, of course.
What did she say to Gwyneth about the stick?
Well, hasn't Gwyneth already said? Wouldn't it be superfluous?
No.
Alas, I see a deer over there.
Very well. Any other languages you don't speak?
I am fluent, and best, of course, at Common and Celestial, my good man.
Interesting. Where did you learn that?
It's a long story, I wouldn't bore you
Please
with
don't say
it.
that you're an angel. It's...
An angel? Perhaps I am. I've denied the science for too long.
Makra, you speak anything but Common? Excuse the assumption.
Yeah, the obvious heritage points at his bugbear body. So yeah, that bit very rough at that actually. Not spoke that since since I was running around looking like that, pointing at the blizzard. That's just on. Yeah, I've not spoke that in a while. Mainly the common song. Yeah.
Just Dwarvish and Common for myself. Good to know either way.
And what of yourself, young Master Anmelot?
As I said, Dwarvish and Common.
I missed. Sorry.
That's weird.
I dare stop.
Okay, so yeah, you guys finish your short rest, and you have maybe your late afternoon rations. You can carry on heading north from here if you want. You know that if you keep heading north here till sundown, you could probably hit the road and be safe.
Could we have a party marker on the map where we are?
Party marker.
I'd need something tiny. You're like there, just north.
Ah, okay.
Shrink the spider bot or something to use.
As you wish. You can just see this tiny 3 out of 3. So you're just north.
Oh, we don't see that. It's just you.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just northwest of Mokhul City.
Okay.
So not even proper out of the city yet, then? No.
No. Yeah. You're currently in the Yuhari province. Mokhul City kind of like takes up quite a lot of this peninsula bit here.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, I know. The marker should technically be slightly south.
And slightly smaller, probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah. All right. Is everyone ready to go? Rest and
Yes,
health?
I feel fit as a fiddle.
Are we gonna take revenge on the ferryman?
We'll do it on the way back.
Perhaps in due time, if it comes of it.
Can we remember his name?
I don't feel
Jason.
like he's done us a great disservice.
he didn't tell you his name. No one asked for a ferryman's name.
I'll pass.
He nearly threw me off the boat.
You kind of deserve that.
He sent lizard thieves after us.
Separate issue. You still kind of deserve that, though. I'm not saying it makes him a good man, I'm just saying you deserved it.
I rattle my choo-choo stick at you.
I just chuckle.
You need a fucking soundbite for that. You can do. Just...
I just order off one of Amazon.
Oh God, no! People don't like props, Adrian. I ordered a harmonica and people hated it.
So that's because people hate harmonicas, not because people hate props.
People love choo-choo sticks.
Okay, so from here, you guys maybe walk for another 3 hours before sundown. So it's roughly like early evening when the sun begins to bleed a cherry rose colour, and you see the road in the distance, and it's given away by the fact that the roads are marked with ancient stones that have been dotted all over the Mokhul Empire since time immemorial. They're like small runic stones and that tell the ways to different lands. But as you approach the road and join it, to your left and right, so to the right, you can see Mokhul City, maybe 15 miles back. Kind of like now lighting up in the distance, and you can see the moonlit shield being a beacon of just white starlight across the coast. To your north, following the road that way, you see there are maybe about a mile distance, there's just a thin pillar of white smoke, and you can see tents set up along all the lush kind of grasslands around you. Travellers by just settle down where they want on these roads. The roads are regularly patrolled by Hound Guard and Paladins of Anubis, as well as Clerics of Bastet. So bandits are not really a thing on the roads this far southeast in the Empire. So you are more than welcome to keep heading on and find a tavern or a local place, or you can just bed down. As long as you're not blocking the road, it's not illegal to just rest.
Well, what would you guys prefer? Personally, I've had quite a lot of city nights recently. Wouldn't mind some fresh air.
Yes, I brought a bedroll with me. I'm quite happy to camp here.
You mean sleeping on the ground?
If you haven't brought anything to sleep on, yes.
Great, yes. Right you are.
Otherwise, I'm sure that a man of your talents can fashion a bed himself.
Of course, I've done it many times.
Very well.
Okay, so
Finds a nearby rock and awkwardly turns around like a dog before sitting down unhappily.
by the way, if you've got an adventurers pack or anything like that, they normally come with bedrolls, so you might have one.
I do not.
Oh. You didn't think to buy a bedroll before leaving?
He's got a fucking diplomat's pack.
Doesn't that come with a chest?
I don't know.
Okay, so as the night goes on, there's no need to take watches, but a patrol of Hound Guard do kind of rush by on their well-lathered and barded horses, roughly around 2 a.m, waking you all up, stirring you from sleep. But other than that, the night goes by without a hitch. It's a clear night. It's not cold, but not warm either. I would say like a normal 10 degrees. And the night is just filled with the chirping of the kikadas. But after that, I need you all to make a Constitution saving throw. Those of you who've got bedrolls, get advantage
Yeah,
on
can
it.
I retcon that a little bit, because I would do camp preparations, but you didn't give me a chance to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
So what's going to happen in the evening is that we're going to find some place where we decide, okay, we're going to camp here. And then Grilda will say, I'm going to go and collect some firewood and things. And then you don't see him for like an hour and a half. Then eventually he comes back and says, if you would come with me, I have a slightly nicer place to stay for the night, I think.
Lead the way.
Very well, follow me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll lead them off, and it's like maybe 300 feet from where we were.
Yep.
And I told you last time that I went shopping and I got like a ton of
You did.
normal items. So I have 2 tents with me. 3 tents, sorry. I have extra bedrolls with me, 5 of them, in case people forgot about them.
Oh wow! Okay, so no, you don't need these con saves.
I have blankets, I have candles, I have basically the whole shebang. So I will have set up a tent with a campfire and a cooking pot and everything ready to go.
Okay.
I'll say, well, it was fun to watch you suffer from a distance for a while, Chester. I do believe you might be slightly more comfortable here.
Summer? Not at all. It's quite seasoned me, but this will do quite nicely. Thank you.
If you were not suffering, of course, you could return to your previous superior place of resting.
No need. No need.
Well, I, for one, am quite happy with this.
Yeah, cheers, Ironblood. That's quite useful.
Yeah, you won't need those con saves if you sleep in a tent.
Yep, got tents, bedrolls, and blankets for everyone.
All right, then that's fine. No one rolls Constitution.
All right.
3 tents, though. Who's sharing a macro?
I suppose my size offsets you.
Okay,
Yeah.
so in the middle of the night,
Chester and Gwyneth can share, and I'll take my own.
Gwen is so mad at Chester, she's sleeping in whatever tent he's not sleeping in.
yeah, but I was going to get to that. Gwendif, in the middle of the night, there's some rustling around your gear.
Some rustling around my gear.
Wait, let me talk to Todd for a sec. It should already be included. Chester. Todd.
Torino.
Sorry, mate, I was talking and mute.
Yeah.
I didn't, sorry, because I accidentally clicked it afterwards.
Okay,
My bad.
Yeah, but I'm afraid it's not very high. So,
No, it's not.
Gwendif, you do hear some rustling throughout the night around your gear, like at your feet, and when you look down, you see Chester, hands in your quiver, and that is not a euphemism.
Ah, good lady. Sorry, I came to service your equipment. I'm quite skilled in these matters.
You have 2 seconds to leave
And
my
that's not
gear
a
alone
euphemism either.
before I
Of course.
return you to the stone. Forcefully.
Of course. But allow me to impart a gift of apology. These fine
I
arrows
lunge
picked up.
forward.
Oh no. Okay, so everyone hears Chester and Gwendif go rolling around outside, grunting. I don't know what's going on, but you know.
Could you two please keep it down? If you're into that, that's fine, but please don't be so loud.
I'll, as he lunges forward, I'll kind of let out a little shrill, girlish scream. Ah! Jump backwards and drop all of the arrows everywhere.
Oh god. Okay, so you see he's got this like quiver of special magical arrows that he was going to give to you, and they all go all over the place, like falling in the grass.
Sorry, I'm off. Goodbye.
Quick, Mr. R, it sounds like there's trouble out there. Lad kind of comes scurrying out like, what?
There's like a ton of what looked like... You were there with him, Lantix, I believe. You were there when Chester bought the arrows for Gwendif. You see them all now scattered all in the long grass outside Gwendif's tent.
What's going on? Is it a raid?
No need. Back to bed. All
I
fine.
think they're having a lover's squabble.
Yeah?
As I turn over next to Gwyneth and be like, "Ah."
Gwendolyn is giving you the stinky eye.
So how many did you buy, Chester?
20, I think.
Alright, so Gwendif, you get 20 walloping arrows if you want them.
Do I know what they are?
Yeah, they're pretty simple. Basically, when they hit a target, the target makes a DC 10 strength save or falls prone. It's very good for knocking airborne enemies out of the air.
Don't they make a ridiculous noise as well, which is why
Yeah,
I was gonna
which
try
you've
and stop them.
recorded. I'm assuming you've recorded aha on them or something.
Yes, I have.
So when they hit their target, they also
Actually
go,
just says,
aha!
perhaps you've heard of me.
So that, yeah, when they hit a target, they go, perhaps you've heard of me, and then the opponent has to make a DC 10 strength save or fall prone.
I assume, though, that from the look of it, there's no way Gwyneth would be able to know that they make this ridiculous
No,
sound.
she doesn't currently know that they make that sound, unless she's got identifier. That's just... You just know that they're... You know what walloping arrows do? They're like, they're quite a common arrow.
I will take these arrows, Chester, because you obviously tried to give them to me, but if you touch my stuff again while I'm sleeping, I will murder you while you're sleeping.
Ah, but then who will murder El Diablo? And I'll run off.
Me? Me?
Okay, you're just
I
saying
would
me
worry
into
about
this
this.
evil
It's
It's okay, Gwyneth. This logic doesn't make any sense to me either.
I collect the arrows and go back to bed.
Alright, nice work. Okay, so the
And
morning...
now I sleep hugging my quiver, because obviously people can't.
The paranoia is real. Okay, so the evening and then the night and the morning goes by rather swiftly. Like I said, retinue of Hound Guard do run, like, kind of ride by, but you don't really get woken up now that Grildar's carried you off to a different location. It's just a distant thump against the road. And when the morning comes, it's quite early. It's probably about 5, half 5. The road's getting busy. There are people heading towards Mokhul City, carrying stuff in their wagons and their wheelbarrows. And around you, at that moment, the rice terraces are busy with people with their trousers pulled up, moving around, starting their morning work. Yep, okay, so, and then Grildar returns with what looks like a whole kind of like backpack full of mangoes, oranges, figs, and all kinds of berries ready for the breakfast.
All ready and served before they even wake up.
Yeah, and Grildar will say that the nearby locals were like happy to give you some of the leftover mangoes and oranges from their groves that they because they have to be perfect. They're kind of like, these ones are a little bit bruised. You just took.
Yeah, and they only have to last the day for us since we're going to
Yeah.
eat them right away, rather than having to be taken to market in like 2 days and stuff. So.
Yep, and you one rare thing you do get is on the way back on one of the roads, you notice one of the wagons drops a melon, which then rolls down the bank, and you notice they haven't even noticed it. And you pick that up and walk off with it. They haven't even noticed it falling out the wagon.
All right.
All right, and you have a nice healthy breakfast.
This
Ooh,
is
is that fresh mangoes?
Yes, as fresh can be expected. They're not as good as the ones from the market, but if we eat them now,
Oh no, it looks quite delicious.
some
May I?
better food I got at home. I'm
Of
going to go
course.
to home. I need to travel more often.
Okay, and at that moment, as you guys are preparing and packing your tents away, someone does approach you from the road. It's a young boy, and he's got a basket of some sort. And as he walks over, he then looks at you all and says, "Can I offer you some breads, sirs and lady?
How much?
It's 5 copper pieces for a loaf."
I'll look at her and just give him a gold, and then just say, "Yeah, leave us."
He kind of like counts and he goes, "Oh, do you want your change?"
If you've got it, yeah, that'd be ace.
And he
I
kind of
just didn't
reaches
think
in
you'd
and he
have any
goes,
change.
"I don't. I've only got 7 coppers, sir."
Just give us that then, and then.
Oh, okay.
we'll-
And he hands you the 7
we'll keep the
coppers, takes the shiny gold piece, which he's never seen in his life, and just drops the basket and runs off back to his parents, who will look down towards you guys with absolute horror, and then they quickly shuffle off and run off.
rest.
and then they get killed in a chariot race.
I don't think you should give people that much money.
I've not got change.
This is probably why you have money problems.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
your house doesn't look very nice for how much money you're spending on things.
Yeah. There's probably a correlation thing going on, yeah.
I'm surprised you know the words, to be fair, but well done.
Oh my
You
god.
pick up a lot on the docks.
Subtle insults.
I mean,
Right, if like,
Jesus.
he knows the words, but he doesn't
We've
know
all
fucking
woken up
social
on the wrong
solidarity.
side of the tree this morning. Fucking hell.
The wrong side of the rock in your case. All right.
Yeah, all these subtle insults fly straight over my head. I know the occasional pretty word, but that's about it.
All right. So you guys know that it's we're gonna do a little bit of a travelogue. So it's 2 days' journey to the Kafo border, and you guys settle on the road on the next night and the next night, and it's perfectly fine. There's nothing goes by. Grildar does his usual, and in the morning does a bit of forage. You have a very varied diet on the road with Grildar, more than you would in the city. And on your way towards Kafo, Kafo is known for its rice terraces. They are phenomenal. Those of you who've never been here, they are huge, steeped mountains, just with hundreds, thousands of people, farmers, all over them, all over the irrigation. Looks kind of like an anthill, like multiple anthills all dotted around this beautiful scenic riverlands countryside. To the north, you see these rolling hills that go on forever as blossoms rain down across this countryside. And as you approach Kafo, in the distance, you do see there's a very, very thick plume of smoke in the distance. This is on the 3rd day of travelling. And as you approach, you see there are maybe 7 or 8 hound guards, maybe a mile or so in front of this plume, and they're all milling around with their wicker tower shields and their long glaives. And you see they've all got the kind of yellow cloaks of the hound guard and the thick kind of bronze helmets. As you approach, one approaches you, puts his wicker shield down, and holds his spear on his shoulder pads. As he approaches, he goes, "Halt!" and approaches you and just stops maybe 30 feet away. Says, "I wouldn't keep carrying on this road if I were you.
How come?
Av-
Good morning.
Avbunov has got the pox."
That is unfortunate. Many travellers on the road then with pox, you mean?
No. It was
So
three.
simply avoid.
It was 3 nights hence we've dealt with it now. Our captain is up ahead in the village cleansing it.
Is there perhaps a route round?
Yes, if you follow this, and he points to across some of the rice terraces, he says, follow between the valley, follow the irrigation round. We are sending currently anyone on foot that direction. When you hit the ends of the hills, head west into the Jade Lands.
Thank you very much.
Very well, noted.
He nods, and then watches you. If you go that way, it's hard going, walking through all of this, but it's better than going through Avmanoth.
Macro's just quite happy, trundling along with his sledge being pulled behind him.
Yeah, and as you're walking through this valley, all the villagers and stuff are waving at you as you go by. One farmer takes off his sedge hat and it's just like, is that a bugbear? As he looks across, and he goes, hey!
Hello.
Waving.
No, you! And he points towards Makra. He's like, come here!
Alright then, I'll unhitch my sledge and then go walk up to the farmer.
Do you want to do me a favour? You look mighty big.
I've got my loincloth on, but,
I didn't mean...
imagination.
No, and he points down the terrace somewhat towards one of the hillsides that hasn't been irrigated, and you can see that there's like a huge boulder damming what looks like a spring. He says, do you just mind pushing that over? Some
you not got
10
a
feet.
farm animal for there?
No, we don't.
Why is it there?
Well, there was an accident some months back, and ever since that hill cascaded, we haven't been able to move that boulder.
Alright then. I'll go up and I'll see if I can push it without raging first.
Alright, make a athletics check.
I think I'll have a push and pull of something pretty standard already, I reckon. Like my push is to £2,400, so is it more than that?
It currently, no, I'd say it's not. But okay, so you push it out of the way, it rolls, and at that moment, your legs are just kind of like flooded with spring water, and then you look around, and the guy goes, thank you. It's been bothering us for a long time, and no one really likes the help. Here. And he reaches into his pocket and hands you a pouch or something.
No, cheers. Thank you.
Okay.
Pleasure.
And he says, have a good one. Anyway, have one of these. Reaches into his wagon and throws you down all a sedge hat.
Sorry?
A sedge hat, like a cone hat.
Farmer's hat.
Yeah.
Right, okay, yeah.
He says, that'll keep the sun off your backs.
Thank you.
And Lantix does look ridiculous with it. It's so big on you. It looks like practically a parasol and umbrella for you.
Still wearing it nonetheless.
It's very funny as well, because probably for us, we're told, well, not for me so much, but especially for McGrath and Chester, when you look down, you probably just see a moving hat because you can't actually see the legs because of the angle.
Yep.
Okay, it just barely fits on my head.
Macro, you've got 4 pounds of rice.
Mm-hmm. 4 pounds of rice. I'll just I'll stick it on the sledge. Like I'll show Iron Blood first, and I imagine we can make something out of that, and then I'll put it on the sledge and hook myself back up and get going.
All right. So it's 7 more days' journey, and you reach the northern tip of the Jade Lands. And when you reach there is a western road that comes down from Ket. And the Ket people are more olive skins than the Nerians. And as you head further that way, you get more of a kind of a shade of a paler shade of people. But they are friendly, and the place turns more into groves and deep kind of like elder forests as you head that way. But to the west, just on the horizon, you can see the great Jade Jackal head that is Jade Jackal Tower, spewing forth river water from its huge toothed maw and its eyes. And that water then sprays down into the riverlands, creating the giant river, the Nerian River that heads to Mokhul City. The river that anyone from Neria is named after. And here, every deep spring, Jade Jackal Tower becomes absolutely flush with water, flooding the local lands and fertilizing them. But at the moment, it's a nice big waterfall that cascades from about 300 foot high, and it just leaves this misty rainbow, like 5 or 6 misty rainbows just all across the horizon. And from there, you guys have to cross the river, but it's quite shallow here, like a slight flooding across the countryside, and you guys wade across it. For Grildar and Gwendef, it comes up to their shoulders. For Lantix, he kind of has to hold on to Makra or something to get across, because he would literally be swimming in this. But the place is, like, like translucent blue crystal waters with reeds just poking out, and everything looks rather grassy. Like during leaner times in the year, this place is probably just grasslands, but now it's just slightly flooded and giving this beautiful kind of glisten to the countryside. And a few days' journey heads you north of Bark.
We'll have to miss this bit on the way back, I reckon. Unless we've got wants everything on this sledge piss wet through.
No, your sledge kind of floats. It's wood, isn't it?
If it's got any weight on it, though, it'll just sink to the bottom and I'll just be dragging it along the water, won't I?
Okay, and you reach north of Bark, where the Barkish people are all river dwellers. They're like people that live on these floating islands on lakes and stuff like that. But you don't pass too close to one of any of their villages, but you do see the Tritons that live there. And you see them running around the fields and fishing, hunting, and you see their famous longships, the 18-oared longships that they use to travel up and down the Nerian River, delivering fish and goods that way. And you know now, maybe on the 10th or the 11th day, you guys are heading to Kilkoost. And as you pass into Kilkoost, you see something on the horizon which makes your hearts drop slightly. A contingent of hoplite warriors are heading southwestish. You don't know if they've noticed you, but they're all kind of, you can see them in their phalanx positions, heading southwestish from the border.
How much is the contingent?
Probably about 200.
Look, if we all work together, we could take them.
I reckon I could.
What would be the point of that?
I'm just kidding. We could, though.
But seriously, we could.
Unlikely.
What do you suppose we do about it?
Do we need to be avoiding these guards then, or why is this such an issue for us?
Okay, so first of all, Macro, you would definitely know. You fought in the Phoeboan Rebellion. These are Phoeboans in front of you, the ones that you killed. They don't exactly like Nerians much, even though they are part of the Mokhul Empire. They were forced
so
into
gives
it.
a bit of grief.
Well, the whole idea was they don't much like Nerians, although technically you're allowed to visit Phoebo, you're allowed to do whatever you want. It's part of the Empire. It's just they're not too friendly if they don't have to be.
Just arseholes.
Especially with someone they might recognise as a veteran of the Phoeboan Rebellion or something like that.
Robs. We're probably better getting off the roads.
Yes, I do not anticipate getting caught up in them is going to be very pleasant.
Yeah, especially for the likes of you in particular. That's
Yourself.
less noticeable than
Yeah, but it's your accent. You definitely
Yeah, I
come
guess
off as a
more-
Nerian.
You guys just make friends wherever you go.
One does not fight war to make friends.
Macro will start speaking a bit of his native tongue goblin though, and it sounds a lot more like the Riverlands accent around here. So it kind of throws off the scent a bit of the normal common accent he's picked up.
Yeah.
It's like how Spanish people can sound Spanish but they're talking, but then they can either have a British English accent or they can have an American English accent. Depends how they learn in the area. Like my common's very Mokhul city.
We'll
Yeah.
just pretend that Makra is dumb and can only speak Goblin, and that you, Grilda, are a dwarfish cousin of mine, and you can only communicate with me in dwarfish, and we'll get by easily.
I do not see the point.
Well, we
Those
don't
are
have to
much
sneak
easier
around.
to get around them. We don't need to sneak around. Just move around them. I don't
Give a
really see
wide
the issue.
berth.
Moving around them does feel like sneaking around.
I feel if that's the case, you've misunderstood the meaning of the word sneaking.
I just don't like doing roundabout things. I like to shoot straight.
Well, how about you shoot straight to the left a little, and then a little bit more to the right, and then a little bit more to the right, and then a little bit more to the right. Eventually, we'll have gone around them. Does that work?
I'll do it if everyone wants to do it. I just think,
We'll just give him a wide berth. It's just less aggro.
Yes, the less complications, the better, I feel.
Alright, so I'm assuming you are moving around them not to be seen.
Yeah, could I make a check, see which way is going to be the best way around the terrain? Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to give us
You can make a
give us some
survival
cover
check.
from them, but then not be a massive nightmare to actually travel through.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think we should like avoid being seen completely if it's a super big hassle to do so. But
Yeah,
at least, you know,
if we're not in
travel-
walking distance of them, yeah, they're less likely to give us aggro, aren't they? Like,
yeah,
if it
even
makes-
like without like outside of voice range, outside of shouting range. So if you're like 100 meters apart, they would have to try to get to you.
All right, so Macro, you think following the slope of this hill to your north would be great, because if you followed that, it would seem like you're just travelling through the countryside, but not trying to not be spotted, but the hill slope would hide most of you from their view. They are heading away from this hill slope, so they shouldn't really turn around to see you.
All right, sounds, yeah. We'll just go that way.
All right.
We
And
shouldn't have too much time to the trip.
And it's that night, Lantix, that you think you start recognising the countryside. And you go, you settle down around about 9 p.m. to camp. But, Lantix, you recognise the countryside and think you're maybe 6 hours walk away from the monolith. Because you saw it from a distance, this steeped pyramid. And that's when Wiltix went, "That there, friend, is the Rot Hollow, and that is yours."
I do believe we're getting closer. Not too far now. Maybe half a day.
Oh, we went way quicker than I thought it would. We've done quite well there, boys.
Yeah, you've done it in 12 days. Alright, so guys.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, is there any preparations you'd like to do this evening before you head out to the monolith tomorrow?
No.
I imagine we've all had plenty of long rests on the way, so that's
You
fine.
have? Yes, indeed.
No real complications on the road, so let's get to it.
Alright, so the night goes by without a hitch. You don't hear anything on this part of the Kilkust province. The Fearboans here obviously don't go walking around much, but you are in the middle of the countryside, and you shouldn't really see much people. And when the sun comes up, there are no hoplites to be seen, nobody in sight. And Lantix, you think directly west from here? Because to the north, you guys can actually see the slight oranges and yellows of a desert on the horizon.
I do believe from last travel it was this way.
Alright, and you guys head off. And I'd say roughly by midday, you begin to see this steeped pyramid amidst these trees. Its tip just poking through. It's got, from here, you guys can see 4 marble pillars rising up to about 30 feet above it. But it's just protruding through the tree line. And as you approach, what way would you like to come? South or east? So basically, are you heading in from the east or the south to this temple?
Can we see advantage of either one or the other?
Well, at the moment, there's the road splits and goes both ways. However,
But other than that, we don't really know the difference.
no, you don't really know the difference because of the tree line.
Well, I guess we'll ask Lantis, see if he knows would Lantix know the difference between the two, or has he not been this close yet?
He's not been this close because it was kind of like a preliminary scout of it and going, that there is your monolith. And then that was it.
Yes, unfortunately, we wasn't particularly close. But either way seems as good as the other.
Yeah. Just go from the south then.
Alright, guys, I have a map for you. I know, right?
Huzzah, huzzah.
I don't believe in maps.
Maps don't believe in you. Or El Diablo.
Well, does El Diablo not believe in me, or do the maps not believe in El Diablo?
The maps don't believe in El Diablo.
Okay, so as you approach from the south, the first thing you notice is the ruins around the actual monolith itself. Just chunks of masonry, like large, overgrown Feboan masonry that's just kind of dotted all around, as if there's been an explosion here, and it's just scattered all along the woods. And the closer you get to the monolith, the more chunks of this masonry you begin to see. Like the archways of like temples and the columns of temples, and maybe the like square outlines of old houses that just don't exist anymore. There are no walls, just those low walls that you normally get when there's been a fire or anything like that. And as you approach, you are currently here.
Isn't this exciting?
Very. I've thought it'd be bigger, to be honest.
Well, they can sometimes extend quite far underground, or sometimes even into the sky.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
I think
Let's go and have a look.
I think we'd know if it extended into the sky.
There aren't going to be any, creepy crawlies in here, are there?
Well,
Most
it's
likely.
gone undisturbed for perhaps centuries, or who knows?
Good. They should all be dead. Ah.
That is.
Well, I suspect they would probably reproduce.
No. Sorry.
Some,
Creepy crawlies. I mean, things that are gonna, go bump in the night.
someone's Discord keeps beeping.
Yeah, I keep hearing that. I think it's mine. It's triggering me.
Alright, sorry, continue.
Shall we proceed?
Yes.
Just Macross staring at Chester, just blinking far more than what he needs to do.
The good news is Chester, dying below Earth level is a good omen for your next life.
Of course. The customs. Yes, I knew that.
By Earth level, do you mean sea level?
I don't know that word.
You should talk with this other person I know, Ko. She could tell you all about it.
Oh.
No, she's dead. She died to hags.
Okay, so on your right, Lantix, as you're walking forward, excited, you see there is this crystal clear pond. It glows slightly blue.
Well, that looks interesting.
Ah.
Let's take a look.
Alright, so as you approach, you can see a reflection in the water, and you can't quite tell how deep it is, but it's... As you look down, your reflection moves away from you. Begins, pressing its hand against the surface of the water, as if it's trapped underneath, and then mouths something that you can't quite understand.
Well, that's certainly odd.
What's that, good sir?
What are you seeing?
And Chester, when you walk up, your reflection does the same. Looks up at you, and then begins to move off by itself, like swimming through the water.
Some
that's-
bizarre illusion.
Most disturbing.
Okay, so what you guys see through the forest here as well is these very large statues of toads or frogs. They're just huge, and they all four of them face away from the monolith itself into the forest. You see that each of their eyes have been painted a black, like obsidian.
I'm not so keen on those. Toads are the icon of the mad and insane.
Right, are they frogs or are they toads?
I'm going to go with toads. I was going to make you make a nature check to see how dumb you were, but then I realised, no, it's no point. Okay, so as you approach the temple, you can all see these large cat-like statues in bronze guarding each stairway up the steep pyramid. And each kind of steep step is 10 feet, so the steps themselves are really steep.
Disregarding the perturbing water, shall we enter the monolith crew?
Yes, if you feel it's worth disregarding. Of course, it shall be the first chapter in my next book.
Are we sure we should be ignoring stuff outside of it? Are we sure there's nothing we need to...
No, certainly it'll be something to look at, but I'm just excited to get inside.
Me too.
Yes,
And Macra
well,
won't even be a character.
What?
But I'm here, though.
Every now and then there's a poor sap who's lost to history. Isn't that right, Macra?
Yes. I suppose so.
Shouldn't you write down the truth, though?
It's creative works. I've got to take some liberties, of course. The Monolith and Me, I think I'll call it. Chester's latest adventure.
Sounds about as expected. About as truthful as you've been so far.
Of course. Always valid and that source of dignity.
Either way, Atlantic, shall we have a look around the outside just in case we get anything?
Yes.
Once we're in.
It would be nice to try and find an entrance. Don't see one here.
I'll start just walking around the outside, seeing if there's any writing, any indication that there's something which might
Yeah,
help me
I'll-
to investigate further.
Yeah, both of you can make
Go the opposite way on the way around.
Yeah, you can make investigation checks.
It's alright.
Grilda's doing it large.
You got nat 20. Okay, so as you're looking around, Grilda, you'd find there are no entrances into the monolith itself around the base of the temple itself. However, you notice that a lot of the in very subtle ways, a lot of the cats statues are desiccated, like graffitied. Desecrated and graffitied. These cats are obviously a monument to Bastet. However, each one has like parts of their paws removed. Some of them have like chiseled parts out of them. You notice one of them, someone has literally taken the effort to chisel off its cock.
Okay.
And you notice that it's just really subtle, but there are stuff, and you got nat 20, so I'm going to give this to you. There are abyssal runes on one of them.
Well, I found something here, Lantix, but I don't believe... Well, it's not in a script that I recognize, and apart from Celestial, I don't think this could be any of the things that we speak. Chester, could you have a look? Is it Celestial here?
I shall have a look. Is it over here, yeah?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check.
Okay. Then character sheet. Arcana, yeah?
Yep.
Nah, not my best. Can I have a hand over here, Lantix?
Well, of course. I mean, anything for you, Chester?
I mean, it's more Lantix that tells you this than your own knowledge, Chester. But the abyssal runes are kind of like a keep out. This is ours.
I've deciphered it. It's keep out. That was me, of course. Quite clever.
What language is it in?
It's a celestial variant. Yes, that'll do.
One of the most opposite, abyssal, I believe.
Yes,
I
of
can't
course.
make it out quite clearly, but definitely some kind of warning to stay away.
Yeah, so this is to be expected, I suppose, from a place like this. Strange, though. Abyssal runes, you say, on a place of worship for Bastet?
Well, I suppose it goes hand in hand with the desecration you mentioned.
You think these runes were not part of the original design of the building?
I would suspect not. As you say, it would be rather strange.
I see. So desecrated, then.
It could be, yes.
I'm going to put one of my...
Interesting, but they've told us to
stairs,
keep
Liam.
out, but so far we don't have a way of getting in. What about these frogs?
Well, maybe we should check the top. There could be something up there.
And what did you say, Todd?
Sorry, I just said I was going to put one of my feet on the steps.
Okay, nothing. Clonk. But you notice that the steps are all cracked and overgrown with like vines and odd bits of brushery, but that's it.
Seems safe to me.
Very well, up you go.
Alright, so Chester, as you walk to the top and put your foot down on the first flagstone up there, there's a flash of light, and in front of you, a very large cat/dog creature appears.
Gentlemen,
What have you found?
appears to be another one of those cats up here.
And, nice. So you speak Celestial, don't you, Chester? So
I do.
it
Also desecrated.
immediately says, "Who are you?" in Celestial, and then says, "Step back away from this temple."
I'll reply, obviously, in Celestial. All right, mate, calm down, yeah? We don't want any trouble.
Are you here to defeat Ramhook?
Who's that then when he's at home?
He is the insatiable.
Ugh. What, like, hungry or?
Forever hungry. He hungers.
I mean, it depends, doesn't it? Do you want him gone, or do you want him, are you his mate?
No. I am the hand of Bastet left here to guide anyone coming here away. Ramhook is insatiable. His hunger must be trapped and sealed.
But you failed to note that I am Chester Decker. Perhaps you've heard of me.
Roll
Legendary
perception.
Slayer.
Roll deception.
Jesus. It's like, oh yes, I've read your books.
Oh my god! and it rolled 21 on insight. He looks towards you and says, I have not heard of you, but I believe that you are famous.
Yes, my might spreads across the land. Perhaps you should let me have a swing at this insatiable beast.
I can't believe you bypassed it this way. Fuck you. Okay, and he takes one step to the side, and as he does...
Can't believe you let him.
Yeah, he slams his paw down on the ground, and in front of you, a crack opens up, and he says, descend into the darkness of the insatiable if you wish. I will not stead in there to help you.
May I ask you one last favour?
Yes, what is that? Chester Decker of the mortal world.
Yes, of course. Could I bring my fairest companions, my scribes and my carriers and assistants?
Okay, so what are your alignments?
Neutral good.
Neutral good?
Chaotic good.
Debatable going on neutral.
Okay, Lantix?
True neutral.
And Necro?
I've not actually put pen to paper. I'm guessing true neutral as well, actually.
Okay, so immediately, all of you from the bottom see this huge cat-like creature stand on the tip of the stairs with Chester right next to him, as if Chester had tamed it. Looks down at you all, and you feel this penetrating gaze, and then he turns to you, Chester, and his celestial says, they may enter.
Excellent. I'll turn back and I'll switch back to common. Gentlemen, this way, Twiddle Pip. I found a way in, as I knew I would.
He goes, remember, Chester Decker, I will not come in to help. I will not step into that darkness. Once you are there, it is down to you.
You have been a fine assistance, and I hope we shall speak again. Remember my name, of course.
He goes silent, sits down on his hind, and just watches you all as you walk up towards the crack he's made in the top of this temple. And down below the crack, you just see darkness with a faint whiff of dust and old rot.
Well done, Chester. That's quite remarkable.
What the
Are you?
What?
I told you. I'm quite versed in these places. But of course, let us go forward. I feel we'll need everyone.
But how did you befriend the what?
And as Gwenda's talking, I've already whipped out a notebook and the quill flute. Chapter 3. Chester staves open the monolith with his mighty hand. I'll start writing.
This is the redemption tour when Gwendeth actually starts believing all of his bullshit.
She's just staring at the line like...
Okay, so first things first, I need to actually write down your vision and stuff. So, bugbears have total dark vision, don't they? Like 60 feet.
Yeah. Whilst you're doing that, can we have a pee break then?
Yes, we will quickly take a 5-minute break while I set up the tokens. We will be right back in 5.
I'll be back in a sec.
Alright, we're back. Straight on with it. At the top of the monolith, looking down the crack, you guys can just see a floor. As Lantix casts light, you can see a floor maybe 40 feet below, littered with rubble, strewn with rubble. And the dog just looks, the temple dog just looks at you passively, like, as if, are you going to go?
Well, Granith jumps in.
What? Really?
Well, jumps in, as in climbs in.
I was going to say, like, it's just like, you're on, like, the roof, you've got to, like, it's like literally a 40-foot drop to the floor.
Yeah,
jumps in metaphorically.
I jumps in as in enters the adventure.
Alright, ropes? Nothing like that? No?
No, I obviously have rope.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm a proper explorer. I have a explorer's pack, not like someone else.
Well,
I didn't go for a diplomat's pack.
It's easy enough to tie a rope to the nearby pillars. And then climb down.
Let myself
In
down.
case it's needed, I have 5 spare ropes and 2 grappling hooks.
Jesus Christ, you are prepared.
I spent 90 GP on common adventuring gear. I'd hope so.
Alright, so guys, you managed to climb down into this room here. Alright, so sand and dust litters the cracked flagstones, and rubble from above dots the uneven, crooked ground. To the east and west, dark webbed corridors stretch out into darkness. However, around your feet, little frogs hop this way and that around the centre of the room. You know, just darting in between your legs, like hop, 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 hop.
Very well. The descent here, how was it exactly? Was it along a pillar or along a wall? How should I imagine this to work?
Oh, it was literally just down into the centre of the room.
Okay, then we'll leave the rope suspended there.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. You leave the rope suspended there, and you kind of land on it and kick up these whirls of dust. Like, it's quite thick, like chokingly thick. But these little,
No one's been here for
Fucking
some
all
time.
aid.
but these little frogs are all around your feet.
Yeah, I can't wait for fucking all aid and be the main fucking bad guy in this campaign.
Don't like frogs. Ugh.
So, which way do you suppose we go? East or west? Do we have a preference?
Either is good.
Let's take the east then.
Okay, so who approaches the east?
Yeah, I'll go. And I'll have a look at the door to see if there's any markings.
There's
any
no,
more.
like I said, there's no door. There's
Keep
like
out warned.
there's a corridor that stretches out into darkness. It's what I
Oh,
went.
okay. Just I can't see anything.
Yeah, I know. That's why I explained it.
What?
I
So
literally,
I can't see past the door frame at all.
No, I literally said it out loud. I said, to the east and west, dark web corridors stretch out into darkness. More darkness, sorry.
So it's covered in web.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can't see into it except
No.
for...
You just see kind of like, in between the webs, you just see darkness.
Okay. Lantix, could you perhaps do something about these webs?
I suppose so.
Set them on fire, perhaps?
Yeah, he just pulls out the repeater and shoots down the corridor.
Okay, so weird thing that you notice, Lantix, is as you shoot down the corridor, it just passes straight through the webs in the darkness and disappears. You can't see it.
Well, that's perplexing.
Do you
Some
have the
kind of
ability to
illusion?
summon fire of some sort?
Well, let me just take a quick look at it. I just want to get a bit closer and just see if it's some kind of illusion or something weird.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna have to get quite close if you want to see if it's an illusion.
Yeah.
All right, so as you go to approach the door, you get within about 5 or so feet to take a look, see if it's an illusion, and immediately, at that moment, a fuck-off massive trapdoor spider comes springing out of the corridor, straight towards you, shooting forth a sack of web to pull you in. And Lantix, can you make an intelligence saving throw?
Shit!
That's not how trapdoor spiders work.
And at that
It's a
moment,
really bad roll.
yeah, you just fly back, scared, shaken. But the moment the spider hits the darkness in front of you, just stops and then just retreats back in, and you take 3 psychic damage.
Oh, 3 psychic damage.
And you notice, wait a minute, the spider didn't come out to get you, but you are currently frightened of that door for 1 hour.
That is... Oh, my poor heart.
I didn't think you'd be one for jump scares. As I stand there behind him, and he's just like weirdly leaning into me because I was right behind him.
Did you see the size of it?
Yes. Regardless.
It didn't
I've seen
actually...
it face down worse.
It didn't actually manage to grab me or anything, though.
Did I see it as well?
Yeah, you saw it, but you kind of like pulled back away.
I'm still not entirely convinced it's actually real, but we should go the other way for now, just in case.
Well, let's find out, and I'll put a torch out of my backpack.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just set the torch and fire and reach it into the webs.
All right, can you make an intelligence saving throw? You get advantage on this.
Wow. Oh, with advantage, it's okay.
Yeah. I didn't see it come up. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
18.
Alright, so the moment you put the torch in, you see this huge spider come for you. Its legs just crashing against this corridor, but at that moment, you don't hear any sound. In fact, as your torch goes through, it doesn't touch anything. And you bring it back, and you just stand there, and the spider hits the wall of darkness in front of you, and then just stays there, then repeats back. And weirdly, you've noticed it's the exact same movement it did with Lantix, to the point, literally exactly the same. The way it tried to fling the sack forward, everything like that.
Very well. I think we can move through here safely. Just keep your eyes closed and follow me.
Lantix can't physically go that way.
Well, I can pull him that way. Or
Yeah, I guess you could
Pick up
one.
Lantix.
I don't get another chance.
Like,
mean,
I'm pretty sure I can
in the
convince
first
him that it's
place.
fake, and then...
Yep.
I'm a man of science, after all.
Okay, so you just show him it's fake, I'm assuming, Grilda.
Yes, I say... Look, I know that you don't want to look at it again, but just listen, I'll get close again.
Oh, well, look, just from over here.
Yeah, and I'll just make him look, and I'll just, like, stand there and hold the torch in a place where I know the leg's gonna be when it gets close. And see, the torch won't be extinguished, it won't be touched. Just look at the torch.
No, I'm watching.
And I assume the spider comes again.
Yeah, the spider comes again, but doesn't do anything to you.
Maybe you're right. I did have suspicions.
Oh, also, I forgot to mention, Grildo, with your passive perception, in the southeast side of the room and the northwest side of the room, you notice there are two gemstones glittering in the dust. They're very dirty, but they're slightly... With a light coming in from above you, you can see them.
Alright, and they're just lying on the floor? Or?
Yeah, just lying on the floor.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah, I'll
Does
go and
that
have a look, but I don't want to pick them up, so I
Okay.
just want to check if there's anything around them, so rather than, like, walking right up to them and stepping on maybe something on them.
All around them is just this layer of thick dust and sand.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Alright,
about it.
I'll try and... what do I have with me?
Did that manage to dispel the illusion once?
Yeah, like, the moment he showed you, you're like, okay, it's an illusion. I'm good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'll just, like, try and not put my foot down, but shuffle some of the dirt out of the way.
Yeah, okay, so as you're shuffling the dirt, everyone notices that the dirt comes up in walls and shifts, and it kind of floats in the air rather than sink back down.
Okay. Is there any pattern on the ground, or is it just tiles?
Now that you mention it, there is a slight spiral pattern towards each of the gems.
Perhaps these deactivate something, but perhaps it will trigger something.
Yeah, activate.
What have you
That
found?
takes- Well, I'm not sure about the symbolism here. Perhaps you could have a look. There seems to be two gemstones opposite sides of the room, one in the southwest, one in the northeast, with a slight spiral around them. They could trigger these illusions, and if we take the gems, it might stop. But I fear there could be worse outcomes, and, well, we know that they're illusions now, so I don't really see the harm in them. As a matter of fact, if anyone follows after us, it might be good to have them in place.
Okay, let me take a look then.
Very well, just try and avoid stepping here, here, and here, and I'll point out, like, the edges of the spiral.
Okay,
Duly noted.
alright, Lantix, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'll go over, avoid the areas that have been pointed out to me, and start taking a look at them.
Alright,
See if I can decipher anything. Don't know if you want investigation or arcana or...
I want an arcana.
Oh, when am I going to roll well? Like, all my rolls have been below
Yeah,
fucking...
you're not sure
5.
what they are. At all. They look like, to you, like dark sapphires?
You know, I haven't the foggiest. There doesn't seem to be anything to them. They're just gems sitting there.
And all of you notice that now, like, Chester's surrounded by these frogs. They're all, like, surrounding him.
Ugh, they're gross.
Maybe
Get them
they're
off me.
fans.
Your audience has arrived, Chester.
Ugh.
I already made that joke, Rilla.
Sorry, didn't hear that. I was too busy dealing with spider illusions.
It feels like you're not paying attention to the important things.
True.
Well, I don't think they're going to cause any harm if we don't disturb them, so maybe we should take the corridor and see where it leads.
Literally anywhere, please.
Yes. Now I'll get close and I'll blow some dust back onto the area.
Okay, yeah. Well,
Just so it doesn't look like it's been purposely uncovered.
The dust blows up, and then, like I said, it just floats momentarily in the air.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to settle back over like 15 minutes, half an hour maybe.
It's
If not, then
peculiar.
We'll find out once we're back.
Yeah, it's peculiar. Like, it floats. It doesn't just like sink. It kind of like starts like rotating around this, like the gem.
Oh, it's an actual pattern. Okay.
Yeah, there's
I
an
thought-
actual pattern. Like
if you have the sunshine in your room and there's dust in your room, you see the
very
same
similar,
thing.
but you notice it's spiraling inwards towards the sapphire.
You see this Lantix? Now, like, hold my torch around it to illuminate the effect a little bit.
No, sorry, I was just getting my automaton out. What is it?
Well, you mentioned it might be nothing, but there's definitely something going on here, not inactive at all. Look at the way this dust moves.
Oh, yes, it does seem to follow a pattern. Maybe I did miss something. I don't know if I could take another check or anything, or have a further look.
I will let you, but at disadvantage.
Sure.
Unless Grildar's
Seems reasonable.
helping, and you can have a straight one.
Well, I'm helping, but I don't have proficiency in Arcana. I'm just
Oh,
trying
no,
to
then-
point it out through my investigation skills.
It's still not. It's still not good enough. You still don't know what this is. You're trying to rack your brain through all of your scholarly research, and you're just not sure what that is. It just looks like a magically charged sapphire. That's for sure.
There's probably something to it, but I can't determine its purpose.
Ugh, these are so disgusting. Let me have a look.
If you
Please,
would.
Chester.
Ugh. Ugh. I can't even concentrate. Surrounded by all this filth. One moment.
Okay, Chester, what do you do? Oh my god.
Fucking, you kidding me?
What
A joke.
Alright, so
I love it. I love it.
a natural 20. Oh my god. Alright, so Chester, I want to whisper something to you.
I can't believe my rolls today. It's ridiculous.
I can't believe that roll. That's so disgusting.
Nothing above a 10.
Oh god. Alright, so
Like, I'm starting to hate him now, to be fair.
Alright,
I
so
fucking love it.
you haven't even touched it yet, you just
Aha!
taken a glance.
I've seen one of these before. I know them well. It's an
Oh.
elemental heart.
Really?
Interesting. What
Could you tell
element?
us more?
Do I know more, or is that everything I know, Liam?
Yeah. Okay, so Chester, you know it's a sort of elemental heart, but you're not quite sure what type of element or anything like that. It's not something you've seen, but you've like personally exactly this thing, but you've seen something similar before, and maybe at
I've seen-
sea when you saw a water elemental or something.
Seen something like it much before. The colouring suggests affinity with water. Perhaps an elemental of some type has discarded it here.
Well, there was something strange happening with the water before in the reflections, wasn't there?
Indeed. It's quite right.
Not sure if it's
Interesting.
related.
And there are
It seems
amphibious-
more like it'd be sand, but with all the frogs around, you might be right.
Disgusting creatures. Get off.
Maybe I got you wrong, Chester. After seeing you fight, I thought you were useless, but I appear to have been wrong.
Ah, if there's one thing to be said about Chester Decker, I'm not all just hot air.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, shall we proceed? And then I like mentally forgot the fact that Chester was distracted, so I'm not going to warn him about the spider.
Okay, yeah.
Because I just didn't realize that he wasn't paying attention.
Well, the thing is, I'm assuming Chester, Macra, and everyone kind of watched this happen. It was like the main focus.
Oh no, I was totally focusing on the frogs.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
If I'm playing this properly. I'm going to step there.
All right, you make an intelligence saving throw. And did you touch? You didn't touch the elemental heart, did you, Chester?
No, I just looked at it.
It's a shiny gem. Okay, cool. All right, make an intelligence saving throw, Chester.
Yes. I'm not very intelligent.
All right, so at that moment, immediately, as you all walk through the darkness, Chester, you realise people are disappearing, but it doesn't really stop you from walking forward. And at that moment, a huge spider leaps towards you, its fangs dripping venom, throwing forward its web sack from its abdomen, and it just cracks in front of you. You shit yourself, fall back, and you take 2 psychic damage, and you are frightened. You immediately run to the middle of the room, look towards it, and you cannot go through that.
I go back because I think I might hear him scream like a little girl.
Bloody buggering fuck.
Pull him through.
Alright, Chester would be fighting you with that. I mean...
Would I think he's a spider?
No, you don't think he's a spider. What I'm saying is, Rendev's pulling you towards the spider, Chester.
Get away! Can't you see it? Fucking hell, mate.
Don't worry, Mr. I think you can easily escape my grasp.
It's quite all right, Mr. Decker. It's an illusion. I was also fooled.
Ah, yes. I was, just keeping you on your toes. Bloody realistic, though, isn't it?
It's very, very, very much so. But if you watch me, you'll see there's no harm will come to me. And I'll go through again.
Alright, yeah, so you walk through, and Chester, you see Lantix walk straight through.
I'll just kind of wave as the spider, bites into me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, yes, of course. just testing. I'll whip out my notebook. Chapter 4. The Vicious Giant Spider Attack.
Speaking of spiders, Liam, I'm going to have the spider bot follow behind at 60 feet.
That's not creepy at all right now.
Yeah, I'm keeping a massive distance from that little creepy little bugger.
Alright, cool. So you guys can move down the corridor. The corridor is webbed, like the illusion suggests, but not as webbed. And you're just pushing through these old cobwebs to get to the opposite side.
Very well. I'll take the lead and push through.
Alright.
Macra, could you take up the rear just in case something comes at us from behind?
Yep.
I bet he's good at that.
Appreciate it.
I've left my spider automaton in sentry mode. He'll follow behind to keep an eye.
Very well. I meant also physically to prevent something from getting to you, perhaps. I'm not sure how versed your spider bot is at that.
Well, we'll certainly hear the bang if something does come.
Well, your choice if you want to be next after the bang.
No, by all means. Macra, if he wants to go last.
And then I'll start moving forwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so what you'll see as you walk forward is a stony platform that as your foot goes to step on it, Grildar, is loose and rickety. Some 20 feet ahead of you, a large 10-foot by 10-foot chunk of flagstone with runes patterned all over it floats impossibly still.
And in between it's just air.
Yep.
Interesting.
Like just darkness.
Okay, so this water, I don't see it.
The what, sorry? Oh, no, you
The
see
water
that.
stream?
Okay, so what you see is this thin, narrowing river of water just twirling and twisting through the empty space just below this stony platform.
Okay, no source visible.
No source visible.
Okay, which direction is it flowing? Is it flowing
It kind
towards
of-
where it's wider?
It's kind of flowing towards you, towards the narrow bit, and then just kind of like flowing back on itself underneath, like it's got some sort of
Okay.
slow
Yeah. So
current.
it's clearly not a natural stream.
Yeah, clearly not natural.
Well, with the water elemental in this, that seems to have some connection. Perhaps take a step back, back into the corridor, and I will try and it'll probably take me a few tries, but I want to try and see if something happens if I squeeze my water skin and squirt some water onto the block ahead of me.
What, like the one that's 10 foot ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, so you throw some water at nothing.
Well, at least we know that that's not the case. I just want to reach down and see if I can pick up some of the loose...
Yeah, it's like crumbling
rubble.
stone. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, just throw it into the darkness in front of me.
You just You don't even hear it hit the ground.
And I'll hold my hand out back out. Atlantic, could you? And I'll ask him to cast light on it.
Of course.
And then do the same thing and see, like, if the light just goes out immediately or whether I see the light
You see the light
descending.
And then it hits a platform far below, maybe about 100, 200 feet below. The distance is very hard to determine.
Yeah, I just got into a small point at that stage.
Yeah.
Well, definitely don't want to be falling down there. That's quite a drop. Strange thing about this water, though, and I could probably make this jump, but I'm not sure about the rest of you. And well, Macrack might be able to throw you, but I'm not sure if we really want to be on there. We're not sure how solid it is. Let me check a little bit. Now, I'll take out one of my grappling hooks with a rope and I'll throw it onto the platform.
Alright, so weirdly, the platform is impossibly sturdy. Like, nothing, Rick. No knock, no shake, your grappling hook attaches to it. Just fine.
Okay. Seems solid enough. And it doesn't move either, right? Like, even though it's in place, I can't pull it towards me.
How much force are you giving it?
A fair amount, but I'll step one step back and put my foot against the door frame before doing that. I don't want to pull while standing on something.
So after that, you do realise it could be dragged towards you slightly. It has got some leeway.
Okay, I'm going to give you some very careful instructions now. I need you to pull on this rope, but not at once. You will snap it if you do. This thing is heavy, but it seems that we can move it, so please give me a hand and I'll hand him the rope and have him assist me in pulling this thing and see if we can actually pull it towards us.
Yep. Okay. So one of you can make an athletics check with advantage, or both make it individually.
I'll just lead.
Please be my guest.
So Makra, begin pulling, yanking on this rope, and Gerildar, you see it moving. He's giving it some strength. And at that moment, it goes past the point of no return. And what happens is, the stone moves forward and then topples up like this way, like diagonally, and then just topples and falls into the darkness, as if it was resting on something there. And then you hear, BANG!
Well, that
100
was
feet below you.
unexpected.
However, what you do see in front of you is two rods floating there that were obviously keeping the block up.
Well, that's not helpful. Apologies.
We probably
Right, if I throw this with a grappling hook, catch it around that rod, pull the rope tight enough, and then keep it steady this side, one of us will be able to go across the rope. I'm guessing probably one of the either Lantix or maybe Gwendeth. They could go across the rope and then see if they can anchor the rope properly that side, maybe.
I think the question is more, do we want to go there at all? I'm not quite sure. We have a much easier option, which is just go the other way and check what's there first.
Yeah, we could do that, yeah.
I mean, I was thinking if we can pull this thing towards us, we can just step on it. And...
Yeah, I know what you're thinking.
I don't actually know what's happening at the moment. I can only vaguely see through people's legs.
Chapter 6,
hold on.
The Immovable Twat.
Right. Can you just let him pass?
Excuse me, coming through. Thank you.
And I'll just let him. So don't step out too far, Chester. It might crumble, and that would be a very sad ending to your book. And
I think that was. I think that was me moving him by accident. I clicked him.
Okay. I'll say the same to you in that case. I'll say, well, there seems to be two rods held in place there.
How do you suppose they're doing that?
Well, I've read about these. I didn't quite understand how to ever make them, but I believe they're what are referred to as immovable rods. So I think that we should not attempt to move them, and I think this is why they'll float in space. Don't see any buttons on them though, or do I?
You can't from where you are.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't see any buttons on them though, but they're usually quite small. So, well, if we really want them, perhaps we could get them. But I feel like we accidentally just destroyed some history. actually a bit sad in that. There was a stone block lying on top, and, well, I figured it would be beneficial to move it towards us. It seemed to be moving without much resistance. Makra and I pulled it towards us. Actually, it turned out that it was a block, well, just a slab of stone lying on top of these rods and fell into the darkness below.
I see. I did hear the noise.
In my head, it was just like, it was levitating there. It was just heavy, and it was like...
I know.
magic.
I mean, you didn't know they were under there. I'm sorry, but...
It was great.
Could you just explain the scenario to me here, Liam? Like, these floating...
Yeah, so there's two, I can try and explain. If I'm wrong, then please correct me, Liam, so I understand the situation as well. There's two floating rods, immovable rods, presumably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On top of it, there was a thick slab of
No,
rock.
I get all that. It's the other stuff.
Okay.
But this floating area around and
Yes.
this little
Okay. Like I explained earlier.
ghost-like rock we have.
Yeah, you've it's a loose, stony platform that seems to be rickety beneath your feet, as if balanced by maybe a really thin or like stubby pillar beneath you. And to your left, you see this twisting, floating river of water, narrowly heading northward through the darkness. And in front of you is two floating, immovable rods.
Yeah,
What
the
about
stone around.
ground.
Yeah, the ground around you, like I said, it's like a loose,
No,
rumbling
not that.
stone.
This bit here and this bit here.
Ah, okay, yeah. So in the distance, if you can see that, that's just ledges, and the ledges are walls heading straight down, as if they're they're thick. That's just another part of the area. Like you can see, they are floors, as if the room's been sliced down in like awkward angles. So if you could get across there, they'd be stable.
What way does the river flow?
Like I said,
It's more like a water tendril than a river. It's like doing this kind of thing,
like
right?
curling around,
Yeah.
just narrowly moving in and out on itself.
Can I just throw a torch into it or something?
Or
See
into the
what
river.
happens?
Into the river.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go, and it just kind of like rises to the top. It floats.
Not a lit torch, just a torch.
All right, fair enough. That doesn't sound as cool, but yeah. Yeah, it just
like
hits.
lighting it to throwing it into a river.
Yeah, well, it just hits the water and floats, and then it moves very, very slowly towards the edge,
What edge?
like the edge of the water.
What, like
Yeah,
down
which
with
one?
gravity, or up,
Yeah, like-
or left,
like
or
it
right,
moves-
or down the stream, up the stream?
Like it moves downstream towards the narrow part, and then just follows the water, and then just drops out at the bottom,
Right, okay.
and you hear donk 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 echo up.
Yeah, I don't suppose you'd swim through that, so...
Well, it seems the torch couldn't, so I'm pretty sure that I can't.
Exactly. Shall we try the other side?
Yes, I believe we should.
Lead on.
Makra, I'm not going to be able to get past you. Just budge. Thank you. And then I'll make my way into the other corridor and see what's there.
Okay, so are you heading towards it?
Yeah, and I'm preparing for any jump scares.
So you're prepared for jump scares, correct?
Yeah.
Nice.
And I want to have a look at the door to see if there's any traps here, because this place is weird now, and I'm expecting anything at this point.
Alrighty.
What?
All right. So
The giant celestial dog didn't tip you off that this would be weird.
I mean, Girl is very pragmatic. Alright, 22 in investigation for the
okay,
door in
so
the corridor.
can you do me a favour and roll perception?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so as you're walking towards the illusion, you can see the same thing on the other sides, like the webbed corridors and stuff, and the black darkness and the webs. And you begin walking towards it, and you see that spider coming down the corridor just like the last one. And are you just going to walk up to it?
No, I will bring up my shield just in case. I'm presuming it's an illusion, but I'm not done.
Yeah, and a real spider comes out and bites you. And everyone roll initiative. It actually hits. It gets a 24. Can you make a
Alright.
con save, please? And then we'll begin.
Yeah. 19.
19. You fail, so you take 16 poison damage and
I
4
failed with
piercing.
19?
Oh no! Wait, sorry. No, you don't. Sorry, I don't know why I.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
So you take 4 piercing damage, and that's it.
Okay.
Oh, and half as much. 8 poison damage.
Okay. I was
That'll
going to
be
say,
half
failing on a
damage.
19 at level 4, that's a bit rough.
Yeah, sorry. I was busy trying to roll initiative.
If you're a dwarf.
Yeah, I'm sure you probably saw the 4 and you were like, well, that's a fail.
Yeah. Right. So if you can't see it at the moment, you just move your token up and down.
Okay.
Alright, so Grildor, it's your turn.
Yes, not appreciating this one bit. I shout to Lantix immediately. This one's real.
Oh, shit.
Bring up my shield and I will run up to it.
Mm-hmm.
And shock and grasp it.
That's a hit.
Right, so it's 11.
11 damage. Nice.
Mhm.
Alright, let me give the spider bot 60 apparently. There you go. Alright, anything else?
Nope, that is my turn done.
Alright, okay, so spider bot.
Spider bot, spider bot.
Spider-Bot doesn't take a go.
It doesn't take a go.
No.
Alright, Solanus, it's your turn. Oh, sorry, Lantix. Duh.
Ooh, 4
How dare you? How dare you?
Boo, Spider-Bot, boo.
Few people in the way, so let's go for the guaranteed hit with the hard light needle. Just flings that through the gap between the door and young Master Ironblood.
Yeah, and it hits it in its abdomen, lets out this keening screech, like yeah. You see these fangs of like burbling with like green venom, and it's just gonna lash out at.
And hold on.
Were we supposed to level up to level 5?
No, you weren't.
Nope.
Okay, then that should do 3 damage now.
I have hedge magic.
He does have hedge magic, yes.
I refrained from taking that. I felt like it was a bit too powerful in a cantrip only class.
It is. It would be, yes.
All right, so the drone goes pew 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 and misses.
Yes, it does.
Mhm.
Yes, me.
All right, and at that moment, it lashes out at your shield, Grildor, but you're keeping this heavy thing back as its fangs like just appear above the top of the rim of your shield. You just hold it back, like, and this thing's like quite heavy as it pushes against you. It's attempting to get in the room, but it just can't get past you.
Let him in. Let him in.
Chester.
Aha. Aha. Okay. Look at how many eyes you have. You must be great at seeing your own death.
And it takes 1 damage.
Yeah, I feel that's appropriate. I couldn't think after this.
No, is there anything else, Chester?
Yeah, Grilla, hold it higher. Higher.
I'm like, what?
Alright, Mackers, it's your go.
Right. How complicated can a held action be? Can I say I wait till Grildor moves and then I can't combine a move
No, you can't.
and an action together?
Your
can
trigger can be as complicated as you want it to be.
Yeah, but it can't include 2
I
types.
can't move and do an attack though,
No.
can I?
You've got long
Right.
limb though, you can attack an extra 5 feet in front of you, so you can just get
Yeah, I
behind
know,
him.
but I won't grapple the fucker. That's the issue. Not.
Holy shit, you're grappling a spider.
I want to grapple the spider. I'm just going to hit it for now and then tell Grildor, tell me when you're moving and I'll just move out of the way. Let it come in. Let me at it. Let me at it. And I'll just belt it with my Titan more recklessly for now. 26.
Alright, so it splashes against the thing, knocking it. It's kind of like flailing, its legs going everywhere. You can tell it's on its last legs, literally.
Sad.
Alright, Gwendeth.
And that was me.
You can't actually use long-lived on readied actions.
He didn't. He
Yeah,
attacked.
I didn't want to do it on what I want to do for my readied action was going to be.
Grappling, anyway.
Yeah,
No,
when
no,
he moves,
I'm just
I
saying
want to
because
move
someone
forward,
suggested
grapple,
Mm.
and then drag it out the hole. But that can't be that complicated, can it?
Yeah, I was just suggesting you should attack now, that's all, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I've done.
Alright, so
I declare the spider as my slayer's prey, as
Mhm.
one does, and then I shoot him with a bow. Oh, 11.
and it hits it in the abdomen, and it flies back and dies.
Good thing I didn't use sharpshooter. I will still use Slayer Spray because.
Huh? Is the 11 a hit?
Kind of. Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Because I was thinking, like, oh, didn't the defense run miss someone?
No. The GM made a mistake. Let him own it.
All right.
I realised he should have died by like 4 damage or something, and then realised, fuck it, I'll let Gwendef get the last shot, but she didn't hit anyway. I was like, he should be
so
dead.
I should have killed it.
No.
Gwendef killed it.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
Alright, so this thing takes up most of the corridor, is it like...
I don't think it matters because it's not going to be that way in the history books anyway, Quentin. So.
No, in the history books, she probably like carries around Chester's supplies or something.
This is how this is the all about a story about how Chester Decker turned in a normal adventuring party into a bunch of fucking book burners.
That's how it works.
He's gonna be the
Cry,
final
could
boss.
you help me pull this thing out? Best not grab it by the legs; they'll just snap off.
Yeah, I'll grab it by its big fat.
No, I'll just take out a grappling hook and slam it into its abdomen.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and I'll pull it out.
I finally destroyed and slayed the spider, despite my cowardly party's interventions to the...
Are you actually mouthing that as you're doing it?
Yes.
Could your character be
I
a
will-
worse person?
I'll accidentally, like, when I take my grappling hook out of the spider once it's in a room, I'll
Cover it in
accidentally
gall.
sling some abdomen gall
Yes.
stuff towards Chest.
Get it on his book.
I was covered in viscera by the end. I looked like a hero from those hellish stories my mother used to tell me.
No, you don't.
Sorry, what?
You don't look like a hero.
What are you talking about? All they did
fuck
was
you.
whine, bitch and moan. It was clear this monolith was above them.
Now
We're
look,
below
Chester, I'm tolerating you for my sister's sake, but don't push your luck.
Oh yeah, congratulations, by the way.
Aha, thank you.
No, I meant Grilda. I meant it sarcastically.
Fucking Chester.
I just loved how nonchalant. Oh, thank you. Like as if he deserved congratulations.
It's pretty funny. Right, so spider out the way, and I'll go and try and see what's behind there.
All right, cool. All right, so it's just another webbed corridor, like very, very thick. This one.
Yep, and as previously agreed, I get to do this.
Okay. Yep.
Dodgy dwarf, dodgy dwarf, dodgy.
All right, so let me read out what you see. All right, so great darkness envelops the vastness of the monolith here, but a crude and broken bridge cuts over this darkness above a narrow floating river.
Is this river like the other one? Or is this more like a normal river?
It's exactly like the other one. Somehow you think it might be the same one.
Yeah, might be somehow connected to this water elemental something. Well, much of the same here, but at least there's a bridge. I'm not sure how stable it is. Could you send the spider drone perhaps to go across to see stability?
Yeah.
How big is the spider drone? Is it tiny or is it just medium?
It's medium.
Okay, yeah, because if it was tiny, I wouldn't ask.
Yes, certainly.
Do you not know how expensive these things are?
It's like
It was
quite
made
enjoys
from,
creating them.
it was only made from scrap parts, to be honest.
Alright, so it walks across the wood just fine.
Well
Seems
then,
to be okay.
let's do it like this, McCry. If you stay here, anchor people, and once you're across, I'll anchor you.
Yeah, that might be a good idea.
So I will go across first with the rope tied to me, and McCraw holding and having the other the end of the rope tied around him, and I'll walk across carefully.
Okay,
And if I see any obvious dangers, I'll try and cast mending on them to fix them.
Okay, so what you notice as well as you're walking across is the the side that you're on right now is the most dangerous part. It's stuck into this crumbling rock. But you see that the supports are quite well made, and it's much fresher, much newer than the rest of the dungeon, the rest of the monolith. You notice that somebody has built this.
That's clearly built this
within the past maybe century or two. You notice that the wood can't be older than that. It's actually lacquered as well to keep it fresh. Yeah, so as you go to step on it, they creak like, but it looks stable enough.
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, the sound of snapping timber.
Exactly. So I'll walk across and say, well, that should mean it's okay for everyone except for Macra, perhaps. I'll get to the other side. Now, what I'll do is I'll get to the other side, and I'll wrap the rope around one of the supports that's actually on the stone side on the other side.
Okay.
And then I will detach it from my waist, but still hold it.
Yep.
And then everyone else can just use the rope for support to get across.
Alright, yeah, easy. Alright, and as you do that, I'm gonna go to the toilet. Looks like drinking a beer was a bad mistake. You guys will play amongst yourself, and I will be right back.
I see, Chester, and I'll do it like a full imitation of Chester and be like, aha, I have conquered the mighty bridge. Isn't that right, Chester?
Their last tool was sarcasm. It's clear their fragile minds was cracking in this dark, abysmal place.
And I'll just slap on his book.
Ah, sorry, didn't see you there. Did you say something?
We really shouldn't bicker.
So I think one of the tents broke, and you're going to have to sleep outside from now, Chester.
Fear not. I'm quite seasoned.
Very well.
It just flips to the back of his book. Make a note. Buy a tent.
It's just tough love from Gil trying to educate him.
I'm sure if you start putting some kind of words into that book, Chester, he might be convinced to fix the tent. I've seen him fix furniture in my house quite well.
Book?
Right.
What book?
What do you make of that chest over there? Is that a chest in that river?
Oh, you are. Is that your bot seeing that?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah, your bot managed to see it.
Retcon, it never happens.
I think I can see it from here as well.
Are they saying that? The bot.
Yeah,
The bot
so
can see it, then it's all good.
oh yeah, so
I
Grildar,
just didn't notice it.
yeah,
But
which is what I was hoping, but but Grildar, you do see it floating in the distance, just like.
oh no,
bobbing on top
I'm
of
fine not having noticed it.
your passive perception would have noticed it, to be honest. So
Okay, fair.
just bobbing on the middle of the river.
Well, that's all. There's a chest floating there. Not sure if you saw it coming across. I was a bit concentrated at first, but as I turned around and was holding the rope,
All right,
waiting
so
for it to cross, I noticed there's something floating off in the distance.
let me explain this room as well. The room is somewhat clean, except for the ceiling, which is smothered in thick webbing, even blocking out the ceiling.
Spider's nest, I presume.
You can't see any spiders.
I mean, we just killed one.
Yeah, you killed one. Yep.
That spider's nest is what I meant.
Ah.
And this big rock?
Yeah, this big rock here looks like it's blocking like a passageway, because you can see a passageway, but only like 2 inches of it above.
So someone's purposely blocked off a passage. There's a spider living here, and there's a chest floating on the river. I must say, you're getting your money's worth, Atix.
Well, if that's what people go for, it's not what I'd hope to find, but I guess it is interesting.
It's curious, at least.
What do we do about this rock?
Well, I put out a mining pick from.
Let's get to
This
work.
could work, but it might be a while.
Can we just
can you-
can we get with me across the bridge first? Can we just all hold the rope?
It's tied around the post, and I'm holding it. I was just waiting.
Just please, yeah, keep an eye on it, and then Macro very tentatively make his way across the bridge.
Alright, so Macro, as you're walking across, roll a deck saving throw. No, I'm joking, you do manage to get it across, it's sturdy. You're fine. Even though you're quite scared as you like hold your hand out and just walk across this bridge, you feel like every like creak and you hear every little snap of wood as you're walking across, and every little bit makes your heart jump in your chest. But you get to the other side.
I'm
Just
way
fine.
too big for this. Oh, I left the sledge. Let's say I left the sledge outside as well.
What, with the temple dog?
Yeah.
Sure. It's weird. He's called a temple dog, but he looks more like a cat.
Lion.
Yes. There's this huge boulder blocking the way.
Well, I see two options. We could either blast our way through. I can use my darts, and I'm sure Lantix, you could use some needles to make it porous, and we might be able to crush it later. Or we can do it the good old-fashioned way, and I'll point at the mining pick.
I think I do have a spell that I could use to access the other side. Would it be best if I took a look? To make
What
sure
do
we're
you
getting
mean?
somewhere worthwhile.
Oh.
Before we spend time picking our
yes.
way through.
That would be helpful.
Bear with me then.
Alright, so what are you doing, Lantix? I want to know.
Well, he says some words, and I'm going to roll Deception, and probably any spellcaster or anyone with Arcana can roll Insight on it.
I'm not sure if anyone's suspicious.
I would like
You might
to,
notice.
since I'm a dwarf and I have stone cunning, I would like to determine where this giant rock comes from, because it doesn't seem like there's any place around
Okay.
here that has giant rocks.
Right, you can roll. I don't know. Nature.
History, won't it?
Yeah,
It's just history.
Yeah,
and
go
stone
with the
cunning.
history.
It's normally history for when it's like built stonework.
Yeah, it is. It does look like a chunk of masonry from somewhere. Like it's
Oh,
flat
okay.
at the bottom. Like it.
No,
looks.
Brenda has no fucking clue.
No,
She's-
you don't know.
I'll have a go as well, then, since, well, I am proficient in history, so... Wow.
Well, you say that.
A fucking
Nice.
3.
We are the worst dwarfs.
You are terrible dwarfs.
After some random gibberish of magical words, Lantix goes and squeezes through the space at the top.
Did you just pretend to cast a spell and then use
Yeah.
your
Yep.
natural form, the amorphous?
That was most disturbing. Not seen that before.
It literally just compresses his body and just slides through this 2-inch
Yes,
gap in the
that's-
top.
I'll tell you, he's so good with those spells, I never managed to learn them.
That looks disgusting.
That is a little weird.
Yeah, no, I mean, in my mind it isn't, because I failed to learn everything except cantrips,
So what do
right?
they
for me, it's
see?
just like...
Lantix, explain what they see when you cast this spell.
Well, he cast the spell, and I suppose he just climbs to the top of the rock with the aid of Makra, maybe. And then he kind of like puts his arms like underneath the gap, and then like his shoulders and everything else just start like squeezing and compressing, and it kind of gets all blobby and gel-like as it just slides
It's
in
like a cat
an
going under a
octopus.
door, right? Yeah.
And then just like a little sucking sound and as he comes out the other side.
Chapter 6. The reverse cowbird.
That was fantastic. The little noise, the pop was the best.
Or
Alright,
just
so
stands on the edge and holds back from throwing up.
yeah, okay. So what you see?
I carefully make my way to the end of the corridor.
Yeah, you see a small room that seems to be constantly bathed in shadow. The ceiling is low, and small depressions can be seen, as if something heavy is weighing on the stone above your heads. A large battle axe is embedded in the wall in the south. However, can you make a perception check?
I'll give it a go. I can't roll above 10 today, so probably not. Yep.
No! Immediately, on the side of the wall, you think there's another spider. You see this huge shadowy spider.
Fuck! And he legs it. You just
Perfect.
see the weirdest thing as like Lantisic's face just kind of crushes into this gap and then just oozes through.
This is the weirdest shit.
And just flops out the other side again, if Liam would be so kind as to do that.
Yep.
That is incredibly disturbing.
Yes, it's one of the strangest spells, I must say.
But certainly, yeah. There's another spider and an axe.
Was it real?
I didn't fancy to stay long enough to check.
Yeah,
That's
probably wise.
perhaps wise, but also slightly disappointing.
Yes, my apologies. I'm a teacher, not really cut out for this, maybe.
Does your spell allow you to go back and see if there's a way to move this rock from the other side, or did you have a chance to look at this while you were there?
I can go back. It lasts a while. I'll
Please
just have to
don't.
keep an eye on the spider.
Very well. If you
Bear
could.
with
No,
me.
squeezes his head in, but then just pops his eyeball just through
Oh,
and just takes a look
no.
around.
So yeah, I'll take a look at the other side.
Okay, you don't see any spider.
I don't think that's how it works, Adrian. When you push your headset into your ears.
Well, Gwyneth doesn't have a headset. She just doesn't want to hear the plop sound again.
I think the spider's escaped somewhere. Be careful.
Good. And I'll walk over to the bridge and I'll look in the way that the passage is to see if there's somewhere else that the spider could be coming from.
Okay, so you keep an eye out. Can you make a perception check? And do you want me to put you on the other side, Lantix?
It's okay for now if you just want to.
So I'll go and stand where Macra is and yeah.
Right, so you don't see anything through the darkness. You don't hear anything either.
Okay.
Right,
That's
so
fine. I'll just stand guard there.
Lantix, do you go through? Tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, I go through. Don't worry about moving me or
Yeah,
anything.
but as you sneak into that room again, you notice that you hold your light spell up, and you notice for some reason there's a shadow of a spider as you move around the battle axe. As in, as you hold the light up to the battle axe that's embedded in the wall, it actually sheds a shadow of a spider onto the wall, rather than the shape of a battle axe.
Silly me, I was mistaken about the spider. Never mind.
That's
Yes.
fantastic. Nice. Well done, Lee.
There's a large axe. Something seems to be very, very heavy above the room in here, and I don't see a particular way to move the rock.
Do you see any other access?
Was that access or axes?
Well, both, but primarily access.
Neither.
Can you
I'm
cast
afraid.
the spell you cast on yourself on the battle axe?
Or on us.
Unfortunately not. It's a self-cast spell only. But the battle axe may fit through the 2-inch slot.
It won't.
No?
No.
I assume this is like 2 inches like that, unless the rock just happens to...
Yeah, it's
only
all
shave off,
jagged
like, a
and
little
it's
portion.
like, it's not like completely 2 inches. It's all jagged and stuff. The battle axe won't fit through.
I'm going to try and pull it out the wall if possible anyway.
You know I'm going to need an athletics check, right?
Obviously.
Oh, you can just gloop onto it.
Gloop onto it.
However, this is the most hilarious part. Lantix, as you touch the axe, a shock runs through your body. Suddenly, that axe is yours. You want that axe. It's yours. And you begin... By the way, how many attunement slots do you have?
2.
You're now attuned to it.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately. And you... And at that moment...
Congratulations.
Yeah, you begin yanking it, falls out, it donk onto the ground, you hold it, and behind you hear, "That's mine." Can we have initiative?
No, it isn't. I saw it first. I bought the rights.
Right, can we have initiative from
This
everyone
whole
else?
place is mine!
Gwendrith has shit initiative rolls. What the fuck? I mean, she is holding her eyes shut and she is. Because
Right, so immediately inside, Grilda, you sense danger. You hear it.
I guess I'm just gonna...
Well, you're not Grilder.
Yeah, I said Grilda, you sense danger.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I just said the R at the end of it. No, that's macro.
you can be grilled
Well
off
done,
macro
Macro.
alone, Curtis. It's fine.
Okay, I will jump up onto the rock.
Mhm.
And I will try and put my eye at the 2-inch hole
Yep.
to see through.
And what you see... Oh, it actually comes up behind you. You see this huge kind of winged, shadowy monstrosity looming over Lantix. You do kind of see the back of it.
Okay. I will try and cast a spell on. I'll try and make sure that, in case, because it was shadowy, right? You said.
Yes.
So I'll aim the trajectory in such a way that if it goes through, it won't fly at Atlantic.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so that's a hit. So what, 8 damage?
No, 4. It's the second 4 is only if I crit.
Okay, yep. Alright, so the dart hits it and it goes as it turns back to stare at your just this one dwarven eye piercing through the gap.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just look through it. I'll throw my dart and I'll take a defensive stance again. Put my shield down in front of it.
Alright. Macro, now it is your turn, sir.
Right. I guess I'm gonna have to waste to get big and try and just rock this rock out the way. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna position myself between here and the wall, get really pissed off, and then use my strength in addition to my grow into space to try and just roll the rock away from the gap. Try and not crush Gwendeth if I can, but she's kind of in the way. So if that happens, that happens. But yeah, I'm just trying to grow and push against the wall into the rock. And
you know what to do. Athletics check with advantage. So.
Yes, indeed.
That forces Grildar back a space, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine to just roll out the way.
Roll out the way. Roll out the way.
Yep. In fact, you realise it's actually lighter than you thought. It's quite porous rock. You could probably lift it up, sir.
Alright, okay, I'll just pick it up and chuck it the other side then, and that'll be my turn.
Yeah.
Just so I don't crush Gwendeth.
Whoa!
Yeah. Alright, you've managed to move it. Good.
Get in the hole! And then I'll take another step back so people can get in the hole.
Alright, the creature slashes out at you, Lantix. Oh, it hit. Whoops, I was meant to be GM. Right.
Brilliant.
Yep, so it hits you for... As its claws slide through your being, you take 11 psychic damage.
Get off my bloody axe!
And then it moves through the wall. It just slides through it. Lantix, your turn. You've got this axe in your hand, by the way. By the way, and the worst thing is you are counted as proficient when you attune to it.
Nice.
3, 4, 5, 6. He legs it down the corridor. It just kind of pops out the other end as, I guess, a slightly bigger muscle wizard. I'll cast Enlarge on myself. I'm gonna use this fucking axe. I want it. It's mine. Fucking coming for him.
Alright, nice. So you're enlarged, right?
I can't get through the gap, though.
You'll squeeze.
Yep.
Alright. Gwendeth, it's your turn.
Well, this is all very weird.
You can see it slide through and float through the darkness. You did, like, if where you were, you could see it.
But I can't see. Oh yeah, there it is. I fucking shoot it with... I fucking shoot it with my bow after declared my Slayer's prey. Fuck
Nice.
this thing.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah, you see the arrow hit it, but as it strikes through it, you see that the arrow kind of slides through it, parting its shadow, not dealing as much damage.
Okay, I end my turn.
Alright. Chester Decker.
Ah. I can't see a thing.
You saw Gwendeth fire an arrow out into the darkness, so you obviously think there's going to be a target somewhere there.
Hmm. Oh, I can see it now, actually. No, I'm just realised it's peeking its head around the corner.
Yeah, I had the same problem.
Yeah.
Hello, you foul shit.
Oh, you found shit! What the
And I will pop it with this spell here. Why don't you take a little dip in the water and stay down there?
What is this suggestion?
Yep.
Wait, one moment. Let me read something. It doesn't understand what you're saying. So no, it doesn't work.
All is lost. Retreat.
I thought you spoke Abyssal.
Gwendeth, make sure you're firing that bow good and true.
Oh yeah, good point. Is my previous explainer brag still active? Or have
Yes,
more than
it
10
is.
minutes?
It is.
Okay.
And I'll end my turn, sir.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to type something to Rocket. Oh my god, I keep getting people's names wrong.
You're so rude.
Alright. Grildar, your turn.
Yep, I will move over here.
Yep.
And then I will shocking grasp it and miss horribly.
Oh yeah, you got ranged shocking grasp.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so you got.
But I will roll the Explanabrag. Just in case.
And
Oh,
it
sorry,
hits.
that was a gem.
Yeah, it
A
hits.
13 hits?
Yeah.
Alright.
You don't really need the Jedi class, do you, when you've just got fucking range shocking grasp? Just Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not wearing armor, though, is it? Oh,
No,
I
it's
guess
not
just
wearing
three
armor.
always. Okay. Alright, that is my turn.
Alright, Macro.
Right, I'll just throw a javelin. I can't actually see into that corridor. Is that on purpose?
Well, no, you have to move right and left to update the map.
Oh, I can see him there. Is that where he is?
Yep.
Is that right? Okay, yeah, I'll just throw a javelin at him as hard as I can then.
Alright, cool. Oof, straight through him. But as the javelin hits him, it's lost to the darkness, and you see that his wounds are like reforming slightly.
That's fine. That's me and my turn.
Alright, it moves out of sight, and then comes up through the corridor to attack Lantix. And it strikes out at you, Lantix, as you turn behind, and it deals 6 psychic damage to you.
Hold on. Don't I get to...
Hold on.
Oh, you get to shield and stuff if you want.
Hold on.
Nah, fuck it. Let's save it.
Alright, so 6 psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
And Lantix, it used its movement to get there. It's your turn.
Cool. I'll turn around and swing at it with my fucking axe.
Oh shit!
No one else's.
It's mine!
You actually did full damage to it 'cause it's magical axe. Shit. Yep, and you just cut straight through its body. It lets out a screech. No, it's my axe!
No, it's mine.
First.
He tries to grab onto it. You're like, nah, 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 as you're yanking it away from him. Gwendev, it's your turn.
I'll let the phaser go off as well.
Oh, yep, sorry, yep. That misses.
Classic.
So,
Classic.
Gwen
Don't know
down.
why I bother.
Well, can I get here, or... Like, I can't see it, so I'm just gonna ready an attack till it shows up again.
Alright, go ahead.
And then I
You
end
ready
my
the
turn.
attack? Pull your bowstring back.
Then I end my turn.
Alright, cool. So Chester Decker, it's your turn.
Sorry, I should just leave Discord on so I can just unmute. Aha! Where the fuck is it?
You can hear Lantix fighting with it in the corridor.
Sorry, my friend. And I will... I'll hit it with just a bit of a shot in the dark. Aha!
Oh,
In
this
that
is-
general vicinity.
Alright, cool.
And also,
Fail.
when you're using that axe, two-handed grip. I know I've only got 2 left.
Yep, and it is fairy-fired. Well played.
Nice. Ooh.
Pin the tail on the donkey.
Such
It
a-
is tailed. That's the correct.
Is there anything else from
terminology.
you, Chester?
That is all.
Alright,
Hang
so
on, hang on, I'll move back a couple of spaces.
Alright.
I'll move it here.
then it's over to Macra, the big beast himself.
Whilst it's verified, then I'm just gonna wing another javelin at it.
You're lucky.
22.
Yeah. This one strikes it. It goes through it and clatters to the stone behind. Oh, sorry, it was Grildar's turn. We'll go with Grildar next. That's cool. No, I apologise. Alright, so Grildar, it's your turn. After the javelin goes flying through it and smacks into the stone behind it.
Yep, I still can't see in this corridor.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, I haven't changed the dynamic lighting. That's my bad.
I was wondering why I couldn't see it. I thought it was just me.
That was my bad. There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
why I ready an attack because I couldn't see shit.
Oh, sorry, dude. Sorry.
Yep, since there's all sorts of people in the way. This looks a little bit iffy, but I'll try anyway. Nah, that's probably not good enough.
Well, it's 21.
You got advantage.
Yeah, it's verified.
Oh, sorry. Yes, it has been donkey
Yes,
pinned.
Chester has pinned the tail on a donkey.
All right. Yep. So 8 damage.
8 damage. Ouch. All right. So this thing looks like it's dispersing into a kind of thick smog.
You'll be able to get away safely now if you want, Lantix.
I'm taking it down.
And as you say that, its turn. It does try to move through the wall, so you get an attack of opportunity, Lantix.
Nice.
It's going. It looks like it's running. So
I'm going to use my whatchamacallit.
Yep.
Explanabrag.
Your Explanabrag.
200 crib.
Is it a D6 or
It is.
This
Yep.
level? Nice.
You hit.
17. Nice. It's 5 damage.
5 damage. Nice. Are you holding it two-handed?
Yeah, 2 right.
So that's you are. Nice. You just crack it across the body, cutting through its shadowy form, and it tries to rush away. Which
I'm
then
coming for you.
Gwendith's ready action go off.
I shoot it with my bow. Oh fuck. Did I also get an Explanabrag? I did, right?
Can't remember.
Did I?
I don't think you did.
No, I think it was Lantix and Grildo.
No,
Yeah.
and Gwendeth's got one as well. I've used 3.
Actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
He did say like that fucking bow. Fuck me.
Right, yep. Go ahead. Roll your d6 if you wish.
Do I get a d6 if I don't attack on my turn? I don't think I do.
Well, you can use an inspiration whenever you want.
I rolled the d6 already.
Yeah, so you hit. You got 14. You hit.
Okay. I thought you meant Slayer's Pride. I was very confused.
Have you rolled? No, you don't get to roll Slayer's Prey on your turn then.
I think it's only on my turn. The first time each turn. No, this is just a different turn, so I still get it.
Yep.
Even better, because it's like sneak attack then.
Yeah.
Ouch. All right. It looks like
Nice.
it's dispersing finally, and it goes one for one final attack against you, Gwendeth.
Fuck that thing.
Wow, it rolled the exact same to hit it did on Lantix last turn, and the exact same damage. It rolled. Anyway, it hits you for 6 psychic damage as it slashes out at you.
There's not much psyche there to attack, so I think.
Right, so we're going over to Lantix with his muscle wizard.
Yeah, I'm stuck in the wall at the moment.
Yeah,
But thank you. He runs around onto the bridge and just tries to thump it one.
All right. Yep.
22.
Yep, that's a hit.
4
How
damage.
do you want to kill the shadow?
He just runs in, just screaming. He's like, "It's my bloody axe and I'm keeping it!" And just chucks it into the top of his skull.
And the thing goes, good luck with his axe. May it bring you as much misfortune as it did me. And it just floats off into the darkness, dissipating.
Yeah, he's just holding the axe above his head and jumping until he realizes the bridge is quite rickety and then moves to the side and carries on.
All of a sudden, I'm not liking this place.
You quite alright there. You don't quite seem yourself.
Oh, what do you mean? This is brilliant.
Well, look above your head. You're wielding a physical weapon. This is very unlike you.
But
I
it's
think
a
it
great
suits
weapon,
him.
isn't it? Look at it.
Yeah, it looks ace. Let me
Well-
have a go.
Exactly.
In fact, the moment he asks Lantix, you get all Bilbo, with the ring.
Mine's
Yeah, it's mine.
No,
let
I
me
don't
have a
think
go.
that's... No. I've done quite well with it. I think I'll be keeping hold of this one.
Yeah, I'll give it you back. Just let me have enough. Let me have a feel.
He just kind of swings it in front of him at Macra.
Okay.
Back, I say.
Right, can I get my 2 javelins back?
You can't get one of them.
No.
You threw it into the darkness.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
yeah,
literally.
I just threw it into the void, didn't I? Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
get
you
one
get
off
one
then.
back. Yeah, it's down the corridor.
Macra, could you perhaps restrain Lantix? This is a bit silly.
He's got that fucking axe. I'm not going near him.
I think it's a good look for him. I think you look fetching with that axe.
Thank you, yes. You stay back, Grilda.
I held a mighty axe in my hand. It made me look mighty, and the beast retreated with all haste.
Right, so the way that I see it, one person with, delusions in this party is enough, so we've got Jester to deal with. I can't also be dealing with him being nutty at the same time.
Yeah, how are we gonna slay a dragon like this?
The spider bot walks up in front of Lantix and beeps threateningly.
Atlantics or
Everyone else. Mostly Ironblood.
like, get your toy away from me.
Beep beep beep. Doot doot.
It's like R2D2, but really pissed off.
In my head, it's like got Tengu sound, like doot doot.
It only makes Tetris noises.
I love it.
Use-
My fucking
use your
axe,
brain
no one
for a
else's.
Previously, your mind was strongly affected by the spider illusion. Your mind is being affected again by a similar effect. I know it has a hold of you right now, but we need you to calm down. We need you to get your head in the game.
Oh yeah, shit. I forgot. You should have made wisdom saving throws every time you were hit. Can you make that now, please?
Sure.
Just
How
one.
many?
Just one.
2. 1.
Okay, so immediately Lantix, we're gonna like retcon this slightly. Like they're really pissing you off. They're really angering you.
Yeah, I'm really, really pissed off.
Like really, like just the fact that Grill does ask for your axe, you're seeing red. There's like a wall of like red in front of your face. At the moment, they look slightly hostile to you.
I'll give you one last chance, Ironblood. You could step away.
Right, McCraw, can you please restrain him?
Yeah, whilst he's really telling off Grildor, I'm going to try and see if I can wrestle the axe off him.
You know what I need?
On the fucking
As he comes forwards, the spider bot beeps more threateningly, then explodes.
You're exploding the spider bot?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's fire damage as well.
I apologize.
Everyone make a
Gwendeth.
Yeah, everyone make a saving throw.
That's with
Oh,
advantage.
within 5 feet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it would have been bad if it had like a knockback, but
I love it. I love it. It just exploded. Alright, there's
3 fire damage each.
3 fire damage.
Fuck me.
Alright, so
Classic.
Lantix, I'm actually going to whisper.
Does
whisper
it do
you-
half on field save?
It does. I haven't set it up properly.
Okay. I think probably McCraw. Oh no, he's just got advantage, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was unnecessary.
And can I still attempt to grapple it as it explodes, or...?
Consider that my final warning.
Well, consider this ours. I think you're slightly outnumbered here, and you realize this will not end well for you.
Not with my axe.
I kinda need him to track the dragon and read the journal and everything.
Yes, just plan to knock him out if he's going to be like this.
Yeah, I'm still trying to attempt to grapple him and wrestle this axe off him.
All
God,
right.
this is gonna go really south when Macro's got the axe, so... Good luck trying to fucking knock me out. I just tried to restrain him, actually, because apparently it's clear that this axe is a bit nefarious. So I'll just try and, like, bear hug him, but then pin the axe against him so he can't really be effective at using it. I guess
I
it's
knew
kind
I
of like
needed
a
this axe.
restrain.
I needed it, and my greedy companions tried to steal it from me. I needed it to slay El Diablo.
That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a 5-book series and just keeps dropping hints to
Right,
El
first
Diablo in
things
the
first.
book.
Macro
Is
and
there-
Lantix, you're on a bridge.
I didn't want to be on the bridge, but
Well, that's where he was. You said, I'm going to go restrain him.
I didn't realise he was still on the bridge. Probably, yeah, I'll wait for him not to be on the bridge, probably, then, yeah, let's not do that.
Alright.
I'll just you can keep the axe whilst he's on the bridge.
What were you saying, Adrian? I apologise.
I'm just gonna use my reaction to give Chester Decker the stink eye for
Yep.
mentioning the dragon in his fucking stupid fanfic novel.
Fanfic
Oh,
novel.
That was out loud again, I assume, right, Chester?
Yeah, every time he mutters it, it's out loud. He doesn't know.
Yeah,
he's doing it.
okay. So what happens is that in your book you see like suddenly like there's nice writing. I assume you can write nicely, and then it's just like a huge scribble as you get kicked in the leg by Grilder.
Oh, no, sorry, I was busy. Please,
Yes, we have more pressing issues to attend to.
Of course. I'll just finish up.
I
It was
believe
my
that,
destiny.
I believe that Lantix has something for you.
What's that?
His axe. He wanted to show it to you.
Of course. Atlantics, over here. I'll observe it.
Back off!
Well, he doesn't want to.
Well,
He insisted earlier. I'm not sure what's up with him. He's acting a bit strange, don't you think?
Yes. It's always odd when someone says something, does something else, in different voices and different attitudes every 2 seconds. How unnerving.
Agreed. That is quite unnerving. Well, have a good one, Atlantics, and I'll start just leaving.
We can't just leave him here.
Where's he?
Quiet, Chester.
Exactly.
I'm just heading south.
Oh, for goodness sake, stay here one moment. There's another way of dealing with this. Of course, I'm the only one here with any real brains. Give me a moment. Yes, I know we've got it here somewhere. Atlantics, dear friend, do throw that off the bridge.
Oh shit!
I don't think that was a very good idea.
Oh shit!
No one was doing anything.
Oh no!
I will not. Let me just make my other wisdom save.
Would he have jumped after the axe?
Oh. Okay.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Everyone roll initiative for sure.
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Atlantics goes berserk.
This should be threatening, but really, is it though?
dude, is a large creature at the moment.
Yeah, I'm assuming you've read the item now, Atlantics.
Oh yeah.
You know what it does? Alright, so...
Yeah.
I need, one more. Macro?
It's mine, sorry.
It is Chester. So, the first thing is... Macro, you're a bit bewildered because you just see Atlantics go... raise the axe above his head and be a move.
Yeah, I see him snap. I'll stand there and then ready in action to grapple him once he gets into my range.
Alright, cool. Gwendef?
Grandeth readies the second grapple, so we can double grapple him.
Oh my god. Okay. And Chester Decker.
Well, if I can't get you to drop it with the carrot, I'll, try the stick.
I'll deploy the stick.
I'm guessing that the axe is made of metal.
It is.
The handle won't be.
I hate that Chester is like he's really putting in the work right now.
No.
Does that matter, Liam, or?
The hilt.
I don't know. Like, heat
I
metal...
think if the hilt's made of wood, it won't be affected by heat metal, will it?
I mean, I don't know. If there's a 1500 degree axe head close to you, it's probably still not going to be very pleasant to hold.
You gotta remember that the hilt usually has a bit of the metal inside of it.
It just says choose a
how it-
manufactured metal object. It's difficult. Such as a metal weapon or a suit of heavy or medium
the
armor.
battle axe is metal, technically, yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. I'll defer to what everyone's
Yeah, I'm going to
else's
say
thing.
it is metal, and...
Then let's play a game.
Oh, wow.
I'd like to use inspiration.
Yep.
Oh, madness. Come on. I had some good ideas.
No!
You got hot potato.
The creature's holding awareness takes the damage from it. The creature must succeed on a constitution effect or drop the object. So it drops to the bridge.
Yep.
I think it's reasonable because he's cursed by it at the moment. He doesn't drop it. He just takes the damage.
No, actually...
You can't.
It's my turn. I'm going to pick it up again.
Oh, right, okay.
Fuck's sake.
Let me read something up about this. Because I don't know if the artifact, like, if it's out of your possession, the effect wears off.
It doesn't say so.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Alright, so you pick it back up. You take the damage, I'm assuming?
Yeah,
Does that mean he's going to take the damage again next turn?
probably.
Yep.
Oh, not good.
It's just really not good. He's fucking just going to die.
Alright, so what do you want to do, Lantix?
Yeah, he backs up to this side of the room and casts Hard Like Nails on
You
the
can't.
space.
You
That's
have
not what,
you have to
not
go
what it says.
you have to go into
Says-
melee, don't you?
No, it says you have disadvantage on attack rolls with weapons other than this one.
Shit.
I've read it. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, I didn't.
Taking the axe
Do you have a
plus
free hand
ability.
to cast with? Or are you angrily gripping it with both hands?
No, as long as it's within reach, is all it
Okay.
says.
Thousands of bright minuscule spikes of compressed light form a 10-foot square. The PvP is real! When a creature moves within that area, it takes 2d6 force damage for every 5 feet it travels. As a reaction, when a creature moves in front of the area of spikes, you can cause them to explode outward, peppering the target.
Fucking hell.
Alright.
Jesus.
The phaser goes off at the most threatening, which I suppose is Macro.
Oh my god, it crits!
Actually, it crits when it's PvP.
Does anything?
It rarely does anything, and now it critical strikes a team member. 7
Brilliant.
damage.
All for suggesting we just leave him here.
I mean, I did move out of the way.
Alright, Grildar.
Well, this is unfortunate. I think we should just leave, but since you guys insist...
Oh, as soon as he moves there, it detonates the spikes.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm insisting nothing. We get out of here.
Oh, wait, how do the spikes work? Fuck me.
You need a dexterity saving throw. Let's take half.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, this PvP,
No.
yo.
That's 14 damage for Gwenda. She's just eating all the bits right
How is the gnome wizard defeating you all?
Because we aren't shooting it.
I mean, he's really not defeating him. He's going to die very soon.
Yeah, he's not defeating anything. Yep.
So I need to do the defense
Yep.
dex.
You're in it.
I guess I see it coming, so I've got advantage at least.
Guess I miss.
Yep, it goes wide. Jesus.
And the things are gone now, right? The spikes have exploded.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
If I could select it, that is. There we go.
Yeah, these like hard like needles come up at the ground. They just go whoop, bang.
Well, I'll run over here. I have this. Where is it?
Okay, yep.
That's my turn.
All right, Macra, sir. It's back to the top.
I think I'm just gonna fucking
Just stab him.
Just stab
Yeah,
him. Just in the background. Just stab him.
Just stab
Big
him.
splatterbrag for this one.
I think that's the explainer brag. Like, just stab him as if it's something easy to do.
Just get him.
I guess I'm half and half. I'm mostly on this break, yeah, and I'll just I'll try and grab him.
All right.
Oh, you try to grab. Okay, he doesn't shield them.
17.
Come on, inspiration.
Holy shit.
That's what the axe wants. Damn it.
Ah, so you are grappled, sir.
I've got no movement, so I'm just gonna keep him trapped there, so he can't fucking escape any further. What do I do with him now?
Gwendef, sir.
Well, he just peppered me with spikes, so my Slayer's prey is apparently now gnomes. And, I'm gonna shoot him with a longbow.
All right. Yeah. Does that hit Atlantic?
Did you cast shield?
I do cast shield, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't hit.
Okay, lucky bitch. My turn.
This dungeon, yo.
You're lucky my highest stat is con.
You put one cursed item in, and now everyone wants to kill each other.
Well, we didn't. But
Lantic,
someone insisted.
Chester. Sorry.
Ah, okay. Well, if he goes down, we'll be able to remove the axe post haste, correct?
I need to check what heat metal does, actually.
Well, we should probably not touch it in removing it, but we should be able to remove him and leave the axe where it was.
You have to use a bonus action to make the damage go off again.
Yeah, I know, yeah. So I can't explain a brag. But let's see if this does it instead, because I like making things loud. I'm going to use confetti explosion. Pee!
You're really doing that?
Yep.
Right on top of him, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, can you make a constitution saving for Atlantics?
Inspiration.
Oh my god. Oh, he passes, so he takes half damage. But he's not flung back either.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ on a
Hasn't
stick.
really taken much damage.
Oh, he's taking a fair amount.
I mean, are we taking him down? Is that the deal here?
Yeah, he looks really bollocks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to use my bonus action then. Hang on. Ouch.
Yeah, he goes down either way for that.
Yeah, so he drops.
Actually, no, because if I drop the axe, I don't take the damage, I suppose. Let's roll it. Con.
No, it's if a creature
still
is
take the
holding or
damage.
wearing the object and takes the damage from it, you then must make a con save.
Yeah,
Okay,
so you
yeah,
take
he
it.
goes
You take the
down.
damage,
Yeah,
and then
he
you
goes
make a
down.
con save.
All right, so Chester, you sizzle his hand. He goes and just passes out onto the ground. Right, so
Oh, so annoying. I was going to try and shove Macra off the edge.
Lantix, can you make a death save?
I've still got your grapples. You've been coming
Yeah,
with
of course.
me.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't.
stabilize him as
Don't
soon
roll
as
a one.
this happens. Oh. On,
Alright,
the,
cool.
on the second turn, I stabilize him. At least.
Right, can we remove the axe first?
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stabilize him first to make sure he doesn't bleed out because
Yeah,
he's our
so
friend.
the next round, Grildar will stabilize him. So combat over.
And then I will suggest, well, just to be safe, can you end the spell on that, please, Chester? It's going to hurt if I try and move it now.
I'll end the spell, and I'm already rubbing a smooth lotion over my hands, getting ready to give him a fresh massage.
And then I'm just taking a grappling hook and with some rope on it, and then just like hooking the axe and just chucking it over the edge.
Alright, so it goes, and then you don't hit. You hear ting.
Right, here we go. Aloe vera.
Just in case, Macra, can you restrain him, please?
Aloe vera.
And what way? With rope or?
No, just hold him down. I'm sure you're stronger than him. I don't want him to jump after it the moment he wakes up in case he still wants the axe.
Alright then, yeah, I'll pin him to the floor with like my foot. Actually, no, that's a bit rude. I'll pin him down with my hands.
Yeah, I was going to say, just hold his hands behind his back.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
going
you
in like a
can,
hog type
shrink me
position.
again, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure concentration.
Bad bugbear etiquette. Don't use the foot, use the arms.
And your rage has ended as well.
I'm also going to get into every crevice.
Oh my god, stop talking! Why do you keep saying, you're like, aha, aloe vera, I'll get into every crevice. It's so...
I would like to use my action to avert my eyes again. Because
Alright, so 23 hit points for Lantix as he wakes up.
this just seems like there'll be another plop sound.
Lantix, what is your favorite object?
Where's my axe? What have you done with it? Give it back!
I'll just gag him. At this point, I'll ask Macra to hold him and we'll just tie him up.
Does it still work even now?
It seems so. I feel he's going to need to sleep that one off.
I mean, I'd like to fight back against Macra.
Yeah, without the axe on your person, I don't think the wisdom save counts.
Round 2, electric boogaloo.
No, I'm not berserking, but
Yeah.
Go on then. Attempt to escape.
I want my axe.
I will help Macra keep you down.
Yep, fair enough.
Dutch oven.
I can compress my body to a space of 1 inch.
I mean,
Can I just
I know that,
out of it?
but of course you can.
I just want to go.
I fully realize
out of
it's
it.
going to happen, but of course.
He's also still greased up from the massage as well, so he's probably extra slippery.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Chester!
The thing is, Grillo thinks that's a spell, and he realizes you can't cast spells without your hands, so he thinks probably this is not going to work. And then suddenly,
Yeah, and you just kind of turn into like a mush as they're trying to hold you down and slip between their fingertips.
give me a second to see if I can do anything to counteract this.
It also, this is going to be weird.
Yep,
Earlier
okay.
than I expected as well. He's also going to touch Macra and turns into a buccaneer.
Oh my god!
What the
Like-
devil?
Immediately, or is there some chance to respond? Because I would like to take an action in between if I can.
It's an action, so it's whoever action
Okay.
goes first, I suppose.
Right, so you use your action to do the amorphous thing, I guess, right?
The amorphous thing doesn't actually
Yeah, it's
say
just a
anything
movie.
on it.
It's just part of his.
Ah, okay.
It's the
Oh.
changing into thingy that takes the action.
Let's see then. Do you want to roll some initiative?
Yeah, sure.
This is
Oh,
gonna
pure
win?
gold.
This is pure gold.
He's just like frantically scribbling in his notebook.
Oh no!
You have it.
All right. So what happens is that you see Griller frantically reach into his bag of holding he pecks out like the big iron cooking pot and just puts it upside down over Lantix's form.
That's glorious.
He just potted you. Wow. Okay.
And then I'll just sit down on the pot.
This has been even better than I expected it would turn out.
Just got potted.
So good. He can try to break free, but like it would take a contested athletics as usual. But
Yeah, I'll ask McGrath to help. Just like
What's the floor like?
it's like crumbly stone and stuff.
Are there any gaps underneath?
Yeah, but not bigger than an inch.
No, but it's viewable.
Like tiny specks.
Cool.
Fuck's sake.
It just pops to the side of the pot
Christ.
and touches Macra.
Can I roll initiative to just shoot him with a fucking arrow?
God! Surely you can work through this.
Can we just work this out? Can't,
Yes! Give me back my axe, and
Now.
all will be well.
Now, Lantix, you're not being rational. We want to know exactly what it is about this axe that you want. If you explain it to me calmly and crisply, then perhaps we will listen.
Fine. As
Oh,
a
what
matter of
performance?
science, I will do that. It's my fucking axe, and I fucking want it!
You can take an inspiration, by the way.
that's what I was going to say.
I guess I should
Funny.
roll against his persuasion, maybe?
Yeah.
Not ideal.
So good.
Look, just give it to me, and it'll be okay. I don't want to hurt you, only because you made me.
Well, quite straightforward.
Well, I don't know why I have this voice now, because I'm a fucking bugbear.
If you want it, you're probably going to have to die for it. It's down there.
Yeah, you're smart enough not to die for Atlantics.
Then I'll find a way to fucking get it.
Wow! Your bugbear voice is scary.
Does he often turn into bugbears?
No, I'm not sure if this is... Well, I've seen him do things like this before. I think the spell's called Alter Self. I never could quite master it.
He tends to be very good at magic.
And I'll just like twirl a dart around your head and make it hover in front of your eyes.
I shoot Lantix with my bow.
Oh my god!
Nice.
Roll a hit, I guess.
Lantix is really lucky that I just roll like shit.
Yeah. What's your AC, Lantix? 14.
That's
So,
a miss.
That's a miss. Just goes
I
wide.
think the turning into the bugbear is enough to make me snap. I've been trying to restrain myself, but I think at this point I'm gonna be seeking to twat you.
Can I have a bugbear token?
I don't. Okay, one moment. I got some somewhere.
Stick it on this one if you can.
I don't think I should have bothered taking.
No,
That's not a bugbear. That's
Put
a
it on the-
hobgoblin.
Also, put it on my actual token.
Oh, you
Notice the
mean
difference?
like that, eh?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
If you want a bugbear token, I have lots of them.
Or just use
Yeah.
the usual one. For now.
What have I missed?
Yeah,
The
where have you
computer freaked
been?
out.
Everything.
My computer dipped down, and that was it. Everyone's rolling initiative.
I've got.
Well, I tried to shoot him with a bow, but Grandith is a shit archer.
I can't remember how I did it, but we'll do it in a sec.
It's in a table or something.
Yep. I know.
Anyway, he missed, and I think it's Mr. Other Bugbear's turn.
I'll attempt to put him back down. You were a bit more reasonable when you were asleep. And I'll try to hit you non-lethally for a 19.
Well, you don't have to hit non-lethally until you knock him out.
Alright, okay. I'll go for lethal then, until I knock you out.
Alright. He'll use his action to regain 4 hit, or his reaction to regain 4 hit points as he gets hit by this axe.
I can't add the token currently. I'll have to sit there and do adding it to the stuff and stuff. So I'll do that. I'll do that soon.
The stuff and stuff.
Yeah. I have to upload it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what was going on there? I was too busy trying to do the bugbear thing.
I got thunked by a Titan Maul and then reformed a little bit of HP.
Okay, so I guess it's down to Grildar. Unless Chester's going to roll initiative.
Chester took an action, I think. Oh, he was trying to persuade me, wasn't he?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is all very silly antics.
I'm inclined to agree. All you need to do is give me higher axe, and all will be well.
I don't think we can let you do that.
The more this goes on, the more it seems like we're the bad guys.
Can't let you do that.
The guy just wants his axe.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
turn.
I just realised if Makra touched that axe first, this would be a very difficult battle.
He could
Oh,
just
you ought to
throw
be
all of
fucking
us
dead.
down the pit.
Yep.
Yeah.
The thing is, if Macra was really into an axe, I would be fine with that.
Okay, keep the axe.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't even be weird. That would just be like, yeah, sure, all right.
Okie dokie, so we'll go with Lantix, your turn.
Alright. He will summon a hard light blaster off to
Wow.
the side of Thingy and shoot Grilda.
Right, and it hits Grildar. Jeez. Pew pew pew!
Mm-hmm. What?
I guess the defense drone will also go off. Probably missing.
Yeah.
By the way, we're missing a Todd.
Yep.
Yeah, he probably crashed or something.
Yeah, he'll be back. Alright, so, yeah, the blaster goes pew pew pew, strikes Grildar up the side of his armor and parts of his face, and then the drone bounces off his shield. We're back to Gwendith.
I mean, let's not take any more risks. I'm gonna Zephyr Strike.
Alright. Oh, shit! Oh, shit, Lantix. It just hits him clean in the chest and he goes down, squirting blood up in the air.
Yep.
Right,
No.
let's just stabilise him and not heal him.
like you can already see Chester getting the lotion out.
Do we reset death saves or not?
Let's
Yeah,
just
on my
ignore
games you
all
do,
the
yeah.
other. Let's all just ignore all the other dice I would still have to roll.
Yeah,
Let's
so,
put
yeah,
the
you
lotion away.
you reset death saves on my games when you back up. But yeah, immediately you are stabilised but unconscious.
Cool.
How long does it take to this is
It's 1d4 hours.
No, I'm not after that. Grildar.
Okay.
This is a question for Arne actually. How long does it take for an item to de-attune when it's not near you?
Does
I
it?
think it depends on the item. No, it does for some things, but I'm not sure. I'll look for it while you continue.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you need a remove curse for this.
Oh, you do.
This is as long as you remain cursed.
Oh yeah, if it's cursed, then for sure it will not
Yep.
break attunement.
All right, yeah, but Lantix, you don't like when you wake up soon, you won't be like. You still act yourself when it's sheathed and stuff. You don't. You want it, and you have to make the wisdom save before going berserk. But like, you still
I
are.
mean, I wasn't going berserk. I just said I want my axe, and they came after me again.
It's very true, actually.
You can't even tie him up because he can turn into just a fucking blob. Like, if it was anybody else, this wouldn't be an issue. We just tie him up and stick him on the fucking.
Well, it's going to be fine. What we're going to do is we're going to take this iron pot. We're going to put him in there. In his.
He's a bugbear now.
Yeah, he's in the shape of a bugbear. And if Rocket, you can find me a bugbear token, I will add it to your table.
I sent you 4 to use if.
Yeah, I can't view anything while we're playing. We'll do that.
Can you
after.
send it to me, Arne, and I'll actually make a token with it?
I mean, I've sent 4 tokens, ready tokens. So.
Okay.
is back.
Hey, sorry, it took me ages to get back in. Sorry.
That's all right. So, what's happened is Lantix has been attacked, and well, Gwendif critical struck him with an arrow, and he went down.
Oh shit.
I know.
Dragon Slayer.
And as Grilda runs up and stabilizes him and goes, "Okay, we need a plan." That's where we're going to end this week's session.
Oh.
Okay, so a little bit of an announcement. We are not here next week, but we will be back the week afterwards.
Buy my book.
Buy my book. I want to thank Annie Moosh. I think that's how you pronounce it, for the follow, and for those people who watched. Anyway, later.
Ciao, ciao.
See you later.
See you.